All right, everyone, welcome back to another session of Explorers of the Unknown. Today's session is going to be relatively roleplay as you have a 2-week downtime, and during this time, most of you have actually had a lot of downtime activities going on. Speaking of which, we'll begin with Lorelei. Lorelei, you have received a letter, but it is not from the person you intended to receive a letter from. You have received a letter from someone called General Alforian. I do not know how to pronounce his name.
Okay.
Light of Altarian. Altarian. I'll spell it out for you.
Thank you.
Sorry, I have a question.
Yes.
2 weeks downtime. It's in
Game.
in-game 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
That is correct. Unfortunately, this doesn't apply to you because you'll be joining in the party. So the past 2 weeks, you're probably just going to be doing Knights of Altara stuff.
Okay.
All right. So this man, in addition to his actual rank of General Altarian, has also a title. You know him as the Light of Altarian. He's a pretty prominent figure within the Druidic Circle of Balance, and is one of the more radicals, but not in the radicals in the way that you like radically preserve nature. He is someone that radically declares war on anyone who messes with nature.
So a step over my dad.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, okay.
So you have received a rather concerning letter from him. He has stated, in fact, that he has lost contact with your father. He was doing some sort of peace talks with, not peace talks, should I say? What is the word? Negotiations with the Republic of Image. And he was
Okay.
on his way across the United States border when we lost contact. The reason for this is because when he started to cross the border, a faction within the Republic of Image, colloquially known as the Empire from now, succeeded from the Image Republic and formed its own rebellion.
Okay.
And that is where you see this red circle there,
Oh, okay.
led by a man named, what's his name again? Led by a name called Karl Franz von Altdorf.
Oh my god, why?
I was so ready to write that down and I went,
I'll type it out.
thank you.
That's why I said why. Why you have to use those names?
Because it sounds cool, that's why.
Oh,
Okay.
you and your German names.
Karl Franz von Altdorf, a prominent speaker among the military hierarchy of the Republic of Image, has succeeded in creating his own quote-unquote empire composed of, actually not composed of, entirely composed of humans. It seems
okay.
that his faction is extremely xenophobic.
Oh. Okay.
As such, they have erected hasty borders between the United States and the Republic of Image, and anyone that are seen within a kilometer of the border are instantly, what is the word, summarily executed.
Even humans?
Even humans.
Ah, right.
Oh, that's
okay.
xenophobic even to their own race.
Yes,
Yeah.
they seem to be only kind to the people within the rebellion at the time. Anyone else is fair game, apparently.
Ooh, okay. So 10 kilometers from the border where they are currently.
No. 1 kilometer away from like the established border.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, unfortunately, you have lost contact with your father, and General Alfarion has requested your presence in dealing with the situation. It appears that rumor has it that during the succeeding of the Empire from the Republic of Image, there were rumors of a faction, not a faction, a group of individuals who called themselves the Divide that were quite prominent in the militarization of the Rights Guard militia.
Okay, wait. I'm confused. There's too many organizations at one time. What's going on again? So
All
there's
right.
the Divide. Okay, we're talking about the Image or the Divide now? Or
The
are the Divide also in the Image?
Okay, so during the succeeding, basically when the faction rebelled from the Republic of Image,
Okay.
there were rumors that people calling themselves the Divide helped militarize the militias that were part of the faction.
Oh. Okay, so basically the Divide had a hand in this.
You're not too sure. Those are just rumors from now.
Okay, rumors. Okay, rumor has it. All right, got it.
Rumor has it.
So basically, the general wants you to come down over there and basically try to figure out what's going on with your dad, because in addition to your father being missing, 75% of the Druidic Circle High Command is also missing.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Okay, so that's it for your news. You have 2 weeks of downtime. What do you want to do?
Wait, when did I get this news? Before my 2 weeks or after?
I'm pretty certain it's like after you came back home, after you came back to the base a day later.
Oh no.
Sylvanus just came over and was like, here you go, I have a letter for you.
God
you
damn
can
it,
see,
Sylvanus.
you can see when he hands you the letter, his face is really grim. Really grim.
Damn it,
Oh.
Dark. What happened to Arthur's done to you?
God.
Well, okay.
Warcraft 3
Is-
knowledge.
Is there any way that Lorelai could head out of the dome? I mean, into the dome?
Yes, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is talk to the Overseer Council, get permission, and just use a teleporter gate.
Okay. So, oh man, I had so much I was gonna do in 2 weeks. You know what? All that goes out the window now. My dad's being kept hostage.
Well, not hostage. You're not too sure. He has disappeared.
You know, I'm pretty sure that he's held hostage. He's a sweet talker like me, so I don't think they'd kill him. Maybe just
Uh-huh.
keep him in a cage and feed him like a
Mhm.
parrot. Okay, never mind. Well, first of all, let's say she attunes to her magic item.
Okay. That is completely
Um,
fine.
That would take what, a day?
Long rest, right? Isn't it? Someone please correct me.
It's 1 hour
It's
attunement.
1 hour.
Okay,
great.
a short rest.
Okay, so this is like before I get the news and all, okay? So
Mhm.
I would have attuned to the magical item, and
Okay.
then at the same time, no, not at the same time, but within that same day after I've attuned, I would start my pickpocketing and snooping around and eavesdropping.
Oh dear lord. Okay.
Yes, all the sneaky stuff. And once I have the news, okay, this is okay. First of all, I need to know from my snooping around, do I gather any intel about the divide here, like outside the dome,
Okay.
that the Knights of Altara isn't telling us?
All right. How are you snooping around first? That's like the one thing I gotta ask you.
Okay, first of all, I would, well, know now that I can speak their language, well, or basically understand their language. No, I mean without the help of the badge or whatever, I will try to eavesdrop mostly, and I think I have access to their uniforms. Yes.
I mean, okay, so something about the knights that besides the first generation knights, the second generation knights do not have a standardized uniform. You can see they are coming from various different backgrounds. You see adventurers, military men, all the like. The only thing that distinguishes them as a Knight of Atara is the badge.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna do then. Since I only have like about, say, the rest of that day before I receive the letter, and before that I don't know anything that happened to my dad, right?
Yeah.
So this is what I'm gonna do. I am going to study the way the second generation, or was it first generation you mentioned just now, the ones that don't
Do
have...
you want the original ones that were created by the goddess, or?
No. I guess the second generation.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. The second generation, they seem to be most of the population on the base, yes?
Pretty much. Okay, so the easiest way I can explain what the hierarchy between the first generation knights and the second generation knights is through an anime called Kimetsu no Yaiba, otherwise known as Demon Slayer.
Why?
If you understand the concept of a normal Demon Slayer and a pillar, then that is the difference between a first generation knight and a second generation knight.
Okay, let's assume I don't know the difference. because I
Okay.
don't watch
Okay.
animes.
Okay, it's fine. The difference is that the first generation knights are very powerful warriors, and there's very few of them.
Okay, I don't want to know that. What I want to know is how do I fit in?
You don't. The knights are so diverse with so many different races, so many different factions.
Even
Original
better.
fact. Sorry?
Even better because I wouldn't stand out because everybody's different.
You don't. You really do not stand out.
Okay, great. Okay, on that day then, what I will do is, I will study the way they talk to each other. If there's any common greetings or any common gestures, if there's any inside jokes, I want to know them all. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. Now I'm gonna go search up and roll how they would do this. But carry on, please.
Yeah, like okay, so basically we're talking rumors, we're talking not okay, gossip, common gossip among them, common inside jokes, common greetings, the way they walk, the way they talk. If there's any way if there are any factions among them, like cliques, I want to know those too. So that's what I'm just sitting and walking around and studying that.
All right. So roll me a perception check.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I, I didn't know. I didn't think I was gonna address someone else when I said that. All right, 12.
Aww.
I'm also slightly concerned that the natural 20 results in a 29 for you, but okay. With a 12, you can find for a fact that there is one common greeting among all of the knights. Bless
Okay.
Altara seems to be the most common way of greeting each other.
Okay.
But again, other ways of greeting each other exist, but it is solely based on which country or which faction the knight comes from. But the most general term is Blessed Altara. It is used by both exclusively by the first generation knights and pretty commonly by the second generation knight.
Okay. That's all I get? Just a greeting?
Uh, by
Rumors,
habits of
gossips.
rumors. Okay, which specific rumors you want to know about? Because you have to understand that.
I mean not the really important ones. More like, oh, did you know this guy's going out with that girl? Did you know this guy is
Oh,
vying for that?
oh,
Those kind of rumors. Like
great. Okay,
eavesdropping
sure.
on common knowledge among themselves.
All right, so you've heard a rumor of a particular individual within the Knights of Atara. He's a second generation knight from what you can tell, but he opted to sort of reserve what's the word called? He opted to reject full membership and is more of an honorary member within them. And for some reason, this man or woman, you're not too sure, doesn't want to show his face around all this time. All around. You can see him mostly attempting to hide from other knights by darting from shadow to shadow, even within the keep themselves, and only make himself known if the situation absolutely deems it necessary.
Do I know his name?
You do not know his name.
Okay, do I know how others feel about him?
Some
I mean,
are.
we know what's going on, but what is the general feeling about this? What does everybody feel about this?
Some are generally concerned. Some are more intrigued. Some are outright. What is the word? Excited to see what he would do next.
Curious?
Hmm?
Curious?
Yes, curious. Curious, excited. Yeah, both. One of those two.
Curiously excited. Okay. All right. So those three are okay. Fine. All right. The anything else I get?
See, here's the thing. You drew me a pretty big curveball here.
I know.
was-
So I should deserve advantage, no?
No, you do not.
Damn.
You're making the DM think more when he has had the past few days to just work his ass off in the medical industry, but it's fine. Okay. You said habits or whatnot, way of speaking, the way they carry themselves. Anything else?
I said habits, greetings, gossip. Oh, one more thing. Inside jokes.
Inside jokes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Just one. Or you can just say yes, there's an inside joke and I'll quote it and you'll know what it is.
No. I don't want this to be like some half-ass thing that I made up.
Okay.
I mean, to be fair, this entire campaign is just me making up shit as I go along, but
And you did such a good job.
doesn't feel like I'm being completely honest with you. Um,
You can get back to me on that, no problem, because I don't intend to use it yet unless,
oh no. There is one.
Okay.
There is a knight by the name of. Let me just pull up my trusty old friend, random name generator. Inside joke, you said, yes?
Mhm.
Sure, why the hell not? All right. A knight by the name of Roderick Barker from the, surprisingly, the Herbion Kingdom. That's a bit of a joke going around him.
That he barks.
No, not that. Something
Okay.
slightly more concerning. You don't
Okay.
know when.
Hmm.
You don't know when. He's been a knight for quite a long time. He's about 50 years old now. Half of his face looks like someone smashed a brick into his face.
Oh God.
So the knights are making a joke about it, saying how he's dating a brick.
Oh, that's just harsh.
Hey.
And due to your perception check and whatnot, you actually learn that indeed the reason why his face looks like he was smashed in the face with a brick was during one of his first missions as a Knight of Altara, a newly minted Knight of Altara. Someone threw a brick into his face, and yeah.
Oh, okay. Out of curiosity, um, he's 50 years old. He's a second generation Knights of Altara, right?
That is correct.
Does he have a rank?
All right, let's see.
Mm-hmm. I can use this.
His rank is Vanguard Annihilator.
Ooh, is that a high rank?
Not really per se. The Knights of Altara do not have a well-determined ranking system because each individual subspecialty has its own specific ranking system.
Okay.
So generally, knights are referred to by their specialty and not by their ranks.
Okay.
But yeah, his rank is a Knight Annihilator. He is among a group of knights. Vanguard Annihilator. He is part of a group of knights sent to break enemy forces. Once they are routed and retreating, chase them down and completely finish off the enemy force.
Okay. Last question. I
Yes.
swear. Does he know about the joke and how does he feel about it?
He completely hates it.
But okay.
It has
Right.
taken to the point where he went out of his way to purchase a bag of holding, filled it with bricks, and if he's ever heard anyone say that joke, he'll throw the brick at them.
Oh, touchy. Okay. All right.
I'll
So
point
that.
out that this man is roughly 6 feet 2 inches tall,
Oh.
and he's pretty large for a human, bordering on the size of a Goliath.
Okay. I will study this man, but first, okay, that is my first day, and I assume the next day before I continue to study this Mr. Barker, I will receive a letter from Sylvanus with his grim expression,
Oh yes.
and so I'll read it, and I will panic a while, but this will all be, it won't reflect on my face. Obviously, I'm a very calm person. um,
Sure.
uh,
Okay.
yes, and then my first instinct is to go back to my room, and I got a crystal to communicate with my dad. Yes?
Yes, you do.
Okay, I will try to communicate through the crystal.
All right. So usually when you use the crystal, right, it will glow slightly in your hand and it will warm up as a sign that a call is being put through.
Yes.
However, when you pick up the crystal, for once, even though since you're a person that's recently became more attuned with the magic around you due to your subclass, you find that the crystal is not emanating magic anymore.
Oh. Do I know what possible outcomes will happen from that kind of reaction from the crystal?
All right, so there are a few explanations for this. One is that your stone, your crystal is damaged in some way. Not surprising because if you went into combat quite a bit, you fall down, you climb up, it's bound to get cracked or damaged in some form. So that could cause it to malfunction and not properly work. Or the more concerning one is that the link between both communication crystals was severed by means of either someone dispelling the magic on the crystal or the other crystal being shattered. Did I cut out?
No, no, no. I'm just writing down.
Okay, cool.
Shadow. Oh, okay. Do I see any damage on my crystal?
Roll me investigation check.
Okay. 18.
All right, with an 18, you are very confident that you do not see any damage whatsoever.
Shit. Okay. Um. So there's only two possible explanations. Either someone dispelled the link between the two crystals, or my dad's crystals shattered.
That is correct.
Can I probably okay, I don't know, probably need Frisk, or I don't know if Udira is a teacher. Probably can I probably ask Frisk to find out if will I mean, okay, the question is, will Frisk actually be able to tell if the crystal link is dispelled?
Mm, First, I need your input here. You're more of a mechanical kind of artificer, yes?
Frisk?
Frisk, you
Sorry,
there,
I
mate?
forgot. Yeah, sorry, I forgot I muted yet again because you were having your role play and I was speaking to reply what you said, and then I forgot. Never mind.
It
Anyway,
happens.
okay, so my input will be is like, even though I'm a mechanical guy, I did study magic, enchanting, and weapon from blacksmith and enchanter before, which is based on my backstory. The dude that I learned from for
Mhm.
a couple of years. So I would have some arc. Wait, let me check. I should have arcane knowledge based on it.
All right,
Blah, blah,
that's the
blah, blah, blah.
case.
Yeah.
Since with that, I would say that if you gave the gem to Frisk, there is a likelihood that he can determine what has happened to it.
How long would that take him?
That is purely up to how high he rolls on his Arcana check later.
Okay. All right. Then that would be the first thing I would do because all right. This is how Lorelai would think. She doesn't want to rush home instantly. I mean, she knows that the general is casting for her, but she's a bit of a rebel, and the only reason she went on the mission is because her dad told her so. And so, even though it's an order from her dad, she did it because she loved him. And so, she has no loyalty. She does have loyalty to this circle, but it's mostly for her love of her dad. That's it. So her big concern is whether or not her dad is alive. Second concern is whether or not she could go back if she needs to. And third concern is nope, just two concerns for now. So she prioritizes that way. First things first, she will take the crystal to Frisk, calmly, obviously. She doesn't want to draw any attention to her while she's dressed as a rogue because she wants to disguise herself later in the future if needed as the Knight of Altara. So she would bring the crystal to Frisk and present it to him. It's like, I know you hate me. I know that I have annoyed you too many times, but please, if anything, I mean, I will owe you my life. Please, just help me find out what is wrong with this crystal. Why can I not communicate? She asks.
Okay, so that would be one of my days then.
That would be the second day because I
Yeah.
would be doing that on my second day.
All right.
Okay, so I would be at that time, based on what I do later, tinkering with the helmet at that time. So, but I will start and look at it. "Hmm, Oh, okay. I'll look it up for you.
All
Thank
right.
Okay,
you.
so what crystal am I looking at?
You're looking at a bog standard communication crystal that is mass produced throughout the known realm and even been used by the Knights of Altara, but albeit the Knights of Altara's version is a bit more spiritual compared to magical.
Mhm.
But the concept's pretty much the same. And you see before you a small dark green gem encased in a gilded gold band around it. All right. So, what do you wish to do? If you wish to try to find out what has happened to it on the other end of the crystal, you can either roll a Tinker's Tools check or a Arcana based check.
I
Okay,
will
so
guidance, whatever it is.
okay, guidance would help a bit. Um, Here's the thing. Both of those rolls are high, and because I assuming this is a magical item that I would have known, so and plus my newly found ability for tools, both of them would have advantage, but only my arcana would have expertise. So I would choose arcana for the expertise.
Hmm. All right. Let's have it then.
Okay, so let's see. Um, Wait, let me see. Artificial lore. You can roll. Yeah, there you go. Expertise reason.
Right.
That's correct, right? I can roll for using expertise, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Arcana. Let's roll.
Lorelai will touch Frisk on his shoulder and say that thank you. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
so for expertise, that would be +3, and then plus. I think guidance is a D4.
D4.
Okay. You already beat the threshold, so don't
Oh,
worry
never
about it.
mind. No, wait. That is a 24.
Nice.
You still beat the threshold, so it's fine. You
Okay.
beat the threshold with a 19 already, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So you are very certain that no one dispelled the dispelled the link between the two communication crystals.
Oh
You're more
no.
certain that someone destroyed the other crystal.
Okay. So, first after checking the
Like
magical
10
properties,
minutes.
yeah, for 10 minutes, and then like he sort of like, okay, yeah, okay. So, what you have here is the the link is not broken. There's no dispel any kind. It's still connected, but there's no receiving end of it.
Okay. Uh Lorelai then she paces the room a while and then she closes Frisk's door and she makes sure no one is around. Is no one around? Is
I'm
that
the only
or
one who works using this workshop at during most of the time, so I don't think anyone is here.
okay. Then Lorelai says, "Okay. Um I believe you. I mean, I will trust you now. And please understand that I do not easily trust people. So I need your advice," she says. My father is the holder of the other end of this crystal. And I just received a letter saying that he's missing. Now, I'm also asked to go home, she says. But I'm not exactly I'm not exactly fond of the person who's asking me to come home, she says. Mm, so, what would you advise? I'm not currently thinking right, she says.
I see your conundrum. Hmm. How do I put this? Um, and then he just taps his chin like rapidly, just keep tapping. You, you, you like your father, right?
I love my father.
Okay, good. Uh, but you don't like the guy who asked you to come back. the one who delivered you the news.
Don't like is a very strong word, but yes.
And taps his chin, taps his chin. So the utmost first thing most people would do is to rush to their aid, but you seem come enough to ask for guidance and assistance. What do you think happened to your father besides being he has been in trouble and whatnot?
Okay. Lorelai will tell Frisk everything about the border between Inari and Imesh, because she's the only one who knows about this right now, right, DM?
That's correct.
Yeah. Okay. So she will tell Frisk everything, and she says that the Divide has a hand in this, and I don't know if I should abort my mission here, which is also against the Divide, and go there, or I should stay and infiltrate the Divide from here, hoping I can find something about my father without leaving.
If you want from my advice, about the mission, but
Okay.
do find allies
Okay.
because I don't feel like this is a one man job. If you get what I mean.
Right.
But
Okay.
then again, I know you don't want to hear this from me, but there's another person's advice would be also sound, but she is coming from a different perspective than I am.
If you say Udira, I will freak, she says.
You know who I'm saying. I just don't didn't say it out loud.
She paces the room frantically, rubbing her
Lis-
temples.
Listen, listen.
Okay.
I know this will be rough for you, even though I did suggest abandoning the mission, but this also can be the mission. It's not like we abandon the mission per se, it's the divide. They are linked somehow, somewhere.
All right. And then she goes, I suppose I will have to infiltrate as you suggested before. After all,
Yeah, but okay, here's the thing. To infiltrate the divide first, I need to first recalibrate this thing, and then I points towards the helmet that Marcus had on him.
Mhm.
You remember who is Marcus, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, but that needs to take time, and I feel like time is not your ally right now if you do care of your parents and if you know what happened to him. And if there's we have a teleportation to go out of the dome. It's not like we are away from the mission. It is a part of the mission. It's just different.
Okay.
It might take this infiltrating mission a little bit longer, but you know where the priority is right now.
Right. Okay. And then she takes his words into consideration. She takes the crystal, thanks him, and then she will look for Sylvanus.
If you do need my help to aid on your endeavor, you know where to find me.
Will you be willing to teleport back? She asked Frisk.
You know where I come from and you know what's at stake. You know I have a beef with Divide, so if they are there, might as well be there as well.
All right. Thank you, friend, she says. Now, this is the first time she's ever called Frisk a friend.
Yeah, I know.
And she says, thank you, friend. I will think of this and I will consider telling Udira, she says. And before that, before she actually finds Udira, she will look for Sylvanus and ask Sylvanus what the wait, DM, just now you told me that I need to appeal to someone to use the teleport.
You got you don't have to appeal to them. You have to make a request.
Okay, great. Request, good. Oh.
Appeal. The situation is that dire, huh?
Yes, because you see, I just appealed to you. I assume that you know
No. You have to make a
appeal all the way through.
Oh god.
Okay. So all right, she finds out from Sylvanus that she needs to request from who again?
One of the overseers.
Overseers. Okay. All right. And then once she finds that out, what are the just requests, that's it, and they will just grant it, right? There's no like requirements or anything, right?
I mean, you can't just leave the base willy-nilly unless it's within your stipulated what's that called? Annual fiscal year or leave time.
Right.
Other than that, yeah, you have to make a plausible case as to why you need to leave the base.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? She thinks that her reason is plausible enough. So before she goes to the council, she will seek out Udira.
Okay, Udira, your turn to roleplay.
Where is Udira?
Probably somewhere in her room,
Okay.
but I'll leave that up to her.
I'm assuming I'm just coming out of having like a psych eval session with Marcus.
I'll tell you the results later.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Lorelai will go to Udira and says, Udira, I have a. She tries to be as courteous and nice as possible.
Oh god, she's going full out.
I have a conundrum, she says, and you seem to be the most logical person I can relate to, she says.
Udira looks up, her glasses is sort of like teetering on the nose, and she's looking at her notes. And then she goes, well, yes, but saying things like that doesn't exactly ingratiate you to people. You know that, right?
Lorelai then just nods. She doesn't want to argue. She knows that she's walking on very thin ice.
But I've never actually seen you this distraught, so what's going on?
She looks around, making sure no one is around.
Okay, question. You guys are in your room, right?
I'm assuming I have either gone to my room or am in my room.
I would say that you guys are somewhere inside the base itself. Maybe Udira just left a specific psychiatric room that the knights built, and maybe
Okay.
somewhere inside the what is it? It's the common area. It's quite noisy.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm like, I'll look around and go, well, do you want to talk about this somewhere else?
Lorelai just takes her hand and then just drags her away. Come with me a while.
The facial expression of, well, this is new.
All right.
And then she drags her to Lorelai's room.
Okay.
And then she closes the door. She gestures to a seat. Please sit, she says. And then she just paces and paces, and she's like, okay, there's no other way to say this. I am in trouble.
I'm physically going through my stuff to make sure none of my stuff is missing. And then I'm sort of patting the place that she's asking me to sit. Thinking, okay, this isn't trapped, right? Okay, sit.
This isn't trapped.
I would never be able to find out whether or not it's trapped because my perception is so low. But she's going to look at you and she goes, well, you're kind of, that's your thing. But I have a feeling this is not exactly something of your doing.
before Udira says, oh yeah, sorry, hang on, and then she just fixes the there's like four legs of the chair. One of them is wobbly. She just makes sure it's in place because she meant to make it a trap. But okay,
Oh my
yeah.
god.
She's like, okay, now you can sit.
Right. Thank you. Sit.
And she says, all right, I am in trouble. I have a situation that I I cannot possibly be rational about. This is new for me because you see, emotions aren't exactly my strong suit, but this is exactly what I am right now, an emotional wreck. And so I need your help to tell me logically what I should do, she says. And then she just tells Udira about her father, about the border, and
Okay, so I live at the border. Well, it's near, close to the border. Would
thought
I
you were
be
from
able to,
Hebron.
like, no, I'm in between Imaish and Inari states.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Does,
The
does anyone
letter.
remember?
Oh, sorry.
Does anyone remember Jetpack Man's name, or did I ever gave him a name?
You never gave. He ran away, and I don't know if I managed to get his name, but he knows my name
Udira harassed him.
pretty much.
Nice.
Alright.
But
I'm
I'm
not
assuming he
sure.
doesn't come back within the first 2 days, right?
He comes back as soon as he can, but you do receive the letter. You do receive the news sometime around the same time as. But you know what? Why the hell not, right? Lorelai, you heard a knock on your door.
Oh shit. Okay. We're not done yet, she says, Udira. But please process that however you must. I understand now that you're also part of the concern here. And then she says, I'll get the door. And she just opens the door crack and looks out. Yes.
You see a very, very skinny, thin, frightfully gaunt man clad in white metallic armor with some sort of fancy looking helmet and a gigantic backpack strapped to his back and a now white painted over green rifle slung over his shoulder. He has a rather frantic expression on his face and he nervously attempts to glance into the room and he looks at you finally and says, is Udira in here? I need to speak to her.
I stand up because I recognize the voice, and then I go, "Oh, it's Jetpack Man." Also, I didn't get your name.
Oh, right. Okay. Again, write a name generator. Here we go.
Lorelai just steps aside a little nervous because she has like things to say, but then she's just going to let it play out first.
Right, his name is Jack Davies.
Jack
Davis.
Davies.
Davis.
Davis.
Oh, Davis. Okay.
Jack Davis.
He.
Jack Davis, the Jetpack Man.
Yep. All right. So
Jetpack Man.
he walks into the room, and you can see that he's a bit puzzled, looking over his over the person as a whole. Right, you can see that his armor is scuffed. You see several scratch marks from presumably bladed and blunt weapons, as well as several puncture wounds in the armor itself. You can see that his arm is actually freshly bandaged with a bit of blood seeping through it as well. His eyes are sunken in slightly, and you can see he probably hasn't slept in the past couple of days.
Lorelai readies her dagger. I didn't invite you in, you know, she says.
I'm
He
going
doesn't
to,
care.
I'm going to see. The bandage isn't healed or anything, right? It's just like it's still wrecked.
What do you mean? No, the bandage is fine. What I'm trying to imply is that the wound is new.
Okay, so I'm going to see that. Now I'm going to sort of look at the wound and go and cast healing word at first level.
You can see him slightly sigh and his posture relaxes a bit. Thanks. I needed that. Right. I have some news, unfortunately.
Bad, I suppose, considering.
Yes, unfortunately, me and most of the Image, the knights from the Republic of Image will have to pull out of the base for a undetermined period of time, mainly because the borders between the United States and the Republic of Image has a bit of an issue. A faction known as the Imperialists from the Republic of Image has broken away from the Republic and has declared succession.
The
Sorry.
Imperialists. Okay.
Lorelai then points to him and gives an expression like, I told you, you know.
I look at Lorelai and nod, and then I'm going to minor illusion a map of the Republic of Image and the United States. It's pretty rough, but specifically she points to the area where she lives with her family. And she
Right
goes,
here.
Right. Well,
I'm gonna draw out where you live. You live right here, the yellow spot.
yellow spot? Did you draw something?
Yeah, just zoom in all the way. You should see like a small, tiny yellow square in the
Oh, okay,
center
okay,
of
found it. Oh, and then she goes, oh dear. Hang
This
on.
new, yes.
I'm going to really quickly do a sending. It may or may not work, but she's gonna sending her mom. She's going to go, Mother, are you okay? Cough if you're in trouble, but otherwise say something, please. I just found out.
All right. So one thing that you have noticed about the base of the Knights of Atara so far, that it amplifies the latent magic around the area. And normally, sending spells would not be able to go through the dome, but fortunately for you, you happen to be standing in an area that amplifies magic power by twofold. A reply comes back, very garbled, very distorted. You hear a very distinct cough in the mess of noise, though.
I'm going to go back to the chair and sit down. I'm pale. They're in trouble.
Lorelai shrugs. She throws her hand above her head in exasperation and just closes the door behind the jetpack man. And she's okay. You know what? Might as well. You're in here as well. And then she explains to him that she needs to go home. And she also tells Udira that Frisk is willing to help as well. Would you like to come with us? She asks.
Who's she asking?
Are you asking Jetpack Man?
Yeah,
No,
I
I'm
don't think.
asking.
Oh,
Sorry,
Udira.
I'm asking Udira.
Or you're asking Odira?
Yeah.
Udira's like for real shaken. She's. I have to.
Lorelai awkwardly stands beside her, pats her shoulder like, there.
Do you know what the last thing I told Mother was? When I left.
I
I
assume you
didn't
want me to
care.
say what? Oh. And Lorelai just says, well, I guess you'll have a second chance now to show that you actually do care.
Well, I contacted my mother, and she's not in a great place. She's very much in trouble, considering the only reply I got was a cough.
Okay, Lorelai's gonna ask Udira to do another sending, if possible, to see if if her mother knows anything about her father. I mean, Lorelai's father.
Here's the thing:
He is.
she coughed, which means she cannot say anything else. There are probably people around her.
Maybe ask her if she sees any elven officials, like cough twice if you see anyone with that description or something, and Lorelai will give the description. Is it possible? She asks. I just need to know my dad's alive. She says, I
Okay.
know. Yeah.
Out of character, I have 25 words. Construct them.
Okay, construct. Okay, 25 words. Are there any Inari states elven official that okay, I imagine that Lorelai's dad has long white hair as well. He has a marking on his forehead, like on the right side of his forehead, the
Well,
side.
while you're explaining all this, and I'm like,
no, I'm not explaining it in character. I'm
yeah,
just,
yeah. Well, while she's out of character saying this, you have minor illusion, right?
yes, I do.
Illusion, you're dead.
Yep, but okay, fine. She says, then you will have to figure out how many characters. And then she just minor illusions her dad. And she asks, can you find out if he is anywhere around? Or if your mom has seen him?
I take a deep breath and then I go, is there any markings that I should be, or she should be looking out for?
Okay,
A
in the minor
badge.
illusion, you will see that he's wearing an Inari State's robe. I think Inari State's robe, like an official robe, and his forehead, on the right side of his forehead, there is a marking that shapes like a crescent moon. That's what the minor illusion shows. And he looks like her, the whole dusky tone and white hair.
Okay. I'm going to ask. What's his name? Jack. Jack, right? His name is Jack. Wait, where did I put his
Jack
name?
Daniels.
No,
Jack
that's
Davis.
the alcohol. Yeah, his name is Jack.
That's the alcohol. Jack Davies.
I'm going to go to Jack, and then again with the map pulled out. First of all, where were you in this whole map?
Wait, sorry. Were you talking to me or Jack
to
Davies?
Jack.
All right. He was here. Let me just ping you the location.
Okay. He was.
He's
He's
fighting
pretty
on-
far.
He's fighting along the border, actually.
Okay, so they didn't even manage to get in. Okay, and then I'm going to look at Lorelai, and I'm like, last you know, would they have been in this general area? And I point to the yellow area where my family is. Because the likelihood of them being kept together would be very small considering the expanse of this place.
So I've also updated a bit the distance in the map. So if you draw across, you can see the distance now.
Nice.
Actually, I didn't update it. I didn't update it correctly. Let me fix that. There we go. Much better.
I need this.
Okay, what? No, sorry, miles.
Miles, okay. Yeah, that's pretty far. What's kilometers? What's in kilometer? Hang on.
Okay, let me switch to
Miles
kilometer.
2 km.
This is purely because the D&D travel system uses miles instead
Yeah,
of kilometers. Like
Bloody
fucking idiots.
Americans.
Yeah, I know.
311. Okay, 500 kilometers.
Yeah, don't mind me. I don't enjoy using freedom units, but D&D has forced my hand.
It's okay. It's an American company. We know. Okay. So it's 500 kilometers for the longer side. I'm asking Lorelai. Do you know where he was stationed before?
She says that she doesn't know whether her father has been taken or not. She just wants to know if there are any, because she understands that the Republic of Imaish, the Imperialists, they are they would only take humans, and so she worries that her father might be killed, or if there are. I mean, she wants to know if there are any elven prisoners, if it's possible at all for them to take other races as prisoners.
Okay,
so that she has less to worry about,
Right. Sure. But I'm not sure if there's enough words to properly explain who your
Just
father
ask your
is.
mother. Just ask your mother. Are there prisoners that aren't human among her? Or are there prisoners that are elvens?
Okay, I'm gonna really quickly go. Cough twice if there are non-human captives in
Actually,
the
sorry.
area.
I felt that I feel the need to point this out to you first, Madeira, in case you've forgotten. Your village is one of the few villages on the borders of the Republic of Mage that is mostly populated by elves.
Yeah,
In case you forgot.
so if there are elves, either they'll be killed or they're still captive.
Yep.
So if they're captive, there's hope. If they're killed,
Yep.
mm,
That's what I'm
Yep.
trying to figure.
so how many was that? Cough twice. If there are any other races being held captive, I know you're in trouble. I'm so sorry. I should have told you I loved you before I left. Please be okay.
You hear the first cough through the garbled mess, and then the very distinctive sound of a divide rifle firing in the background, slightly obscuring the second cough.
Okay. There are non-human captives. So, how do we get in? I'm looking at Jack.
Lorelai then tells tells Udira that she's already asked Sylvanus and they need to put in a request, and she says, if you want, you can I don't know, gather your senses. I'm going to I'm going to request, she says, for us to be teleported back.
John Davis raises his hands like, we haven't had any luck in penetrating the Imperial blockade yet. The forces are inexperienced, but they are alarmingly well armed for a group of militiamen.
I look at Lorelai, and then she was the one that told me. Lorelai would have told me about the divide being part and parcel of this, right?
Yeah, she would mention that they had a hand in this.
I've been told that the divide had a hand in this, which makes sense considering.
He gives you a nod, but we haven't been facing the standard troops or weapons used by the divide. We've been facing mostly melee infantry.
Melee infantry.
He pulls out a projector, and a small image of the battlefield appears, and you can see a Imperial soldier in the background. Let me grab a picture for you.
Okay.
All right. The image is shot from the perspective of presumably Davis, as you can see a large group of humans charge down upon him. Let me post a picture into Explorer chat. Here you are. It's loading. Give it a second.
Beep boop.
It's taking forever to load for some reason.
Oh,
should
I
probably
had
do
that
it in-
problem yesterday as well.
Oh, really?
Like, just loading of images took forever.
Let me check. Let me do a speed test. A speed test. God, I can't speak today. Yeah, it's only 2.27 megabytes. What's taking so long?
I think could be a server thing.
Might be, yeah.
While we're waiting for the image to load, I'm gonna talk to Lorelai. Well, there's other races still alive, which is good, but if we can't break through, and why melee? Hang on, maybe they're only doing, non-super destructive.
Lorelai then explains that I am glad that your parent is still alive, but it's still very possible that my father could be dead. And if he isn't yet, I do not want to waste any more time. She says, perhaps you could update me later on what Jack would tell us, and I will go and submit a request to the overseer if we could be teleported back.
I think it's worth to also bring up to the overseer that if it has anything to do with the divide, there might be those
I
things
will-
as well.
I-
It might
I will
push
also
them.
tell them that. I mean, hopefully they would assist us in this, she says. If anything, the more the merrier.
We're going to need somebody who is very good at getting in and out of orders. I don't. Well, aside from you,
I know exactly who, she says. Oh, I see the picture now.
There we go.
Isn't this from Warhammer? Yeah, it's Sigma.
Lol.
Have you not realized his name is literally Karl Franz von Altdorf?
Oh, right.
I don't know, but
Neither
okay.
do I.
I only know
It's
some
from-
Warhammer lore, but not this.
This is from
Blood for the
the
blood dog.
this is from the what you call
old
it, the
lore.
fantasy, the fantasy one
Age
of
of
the
Sigma.
Warhammer.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
it's not even Age of Sigma. It's the Mortal Realms version,
Oh.
the before Age of Sigma one.
Okay, I
Is
wouldn't
it,
know
is it-
anything
is
about
this
that.
This is
30K then? Then it's
BC,
30K.
man, before Christ.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Okay,
Not
right,
even.
right,
but
right.
go on.
We see this, and I'm like, this is strangely. No, this is very strange. Shouldn't they have upgraded weapons? You know what? We need to speak with Frisk, and whoever that you have in mind, can you call them as well as soon as you make the request? I'll come
Yes,
with you to make the
I-
request if you need to.
She says, yeah, I've already informed Frisk, but I will send him here for you to further update him. I only told him
no,
about the
we'll be going
conflict.
to our.
Oh, okay. Okay, fine, she says. And she just hurries to where the overseer is.
Okay.
Okay, so you can't just like even like in modern culture, right? You can't just like walk into a building and just demand to speak with the CEO and expect him to grant you an audience instantly, right? they probably
Okay.
have other things to do, so
Well,
You
where
are-
he is,
they're in a meeting, as they most normally are.
she barges in. No.
Are
I
you
mean,
sure about that? There are
No,
two
no, no, no,
first
no.
generation knights guarding the door.
No. She's gonna look for Sylvanus first. Tell him that it's just more than Lorelai now who's affected by this, and Frisk is willing to help, and she would like Sylvanus to help her to get an audience with the overseers.
Sylvanus basically just tells you that, well, you don't necessarily have to get an audience with the overseer if you are planning to aid the effort by. He points towards Jetpack Man behind you in the Republic of Image. There already is a designated task force being head over there, and if you sign in with the task force commander, you don't have to apply for leave.
Do I need to speak to his secretary too?
No, he points like behind you out a gigantic overarching window, and you can see down in the courtyard of the actual base. You see groups of soldiers and knights lining up to sign up and being separated into various task forces.
Okay. Lorelai will then hurries to the group of knights, and I assuming there's a line.
There's not really much of a line, really, but
Okay, she just heads straight for the task force person and says, "Please sign me up. I need to be there." She says.
this rather small halfling looks at you. She goes, "Oh, okay," and she hands you a piece of paper. And you can see within the piece of paper, there's a bunch of information regarding where the task force is going, who's joining it, blah 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 blah. Sign your name, and you're done.
Lorelai's gonna ask the task force person where she's going to minor illusion the map, and she'll say, "Where will we be teleported to?" She asks.
All right. So if you guys pay attention here, I'll be drawing out the thingy over here. All right. So go. I'll draw it out in purple. You guys will be teleported roughly around here. A Knight of Altara hideout within the city there. And you'll discreetly make your way in waves towards the lines of Republic of Mage soldiers, supported by, he pointed towards, what's his face? Jetpack Man behind you. Units of the Elysian Drop Shock Troopers. So that is the general idea. The journey is slated to take, oh, that is 400 miles.
Yep.
About 2 weeks
To get there?
to get there, yes.
Okay. Lorelai will ask Sylvanus if there is any way. Okay, first of all, where is Lorelai's circle of people?
The Druidic Circle of Balance will have the capital somewhere over here. Right on the coastline.
Okay, all right, and well, her house would be there too. Yes.
If it's in the capital, then yes.
Okay, all right. She wants to find out the possibility of being teleported there instead of the base.
Okay, first of all, it's not a base, it's a hideout. Second of all,
hideout.
there is a teleportation point within the United States,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not here. It is over here.
What? Oh, all right. Okay, you know what? Then the closest would be where the hideout is. Okay, and then she just continues to wait. She there wasn't any forms for her to fill in or anything, right?
There is.
There
basically.
is.
All right. she
There
just
is. You
continues to fill out
after
the form.
signing your name,
Mhm.
you are handed an additional stack of documents asking
Oh,
you
God.
to fill in your particulars. Basically describe yourself well. So if you're found dead, we can identify your body. Blah 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 blah. A waiver, second waiver, permission to leave the base, a lot of stuff.
SOP.
Must
Like
military.
what? Like freaking insurance or what?
It's like,
Making me sign up for some freaking insurance. Wow, these people, damn.
the halfling below you is like surprisingly it's guarded in plate mail armor. Just tells you to hand in the paperwork to the little small bag of holding behind her, and she'll sort it out later.
She asked the halfling, when will we depart?
She gives you, looks over at the sun. Midday tomorrow. She gives you a shrug.
Midday tomorrow cannot come soon enough, she says, and then she just stashes her form into the bag of holding.
Okay.
It has Frisk joined us.
I don't think anyone has managed to grab
Oh
Frisk.
shoot! Yeah, I forgot
I-
that.
I
Okay,
think-
I will go. I assume Udira is signing up her form now.
No, I didn't go
Mhm.
with you. I went
so
to get Frisk.
I tap Udira on the shoulder and
Yep,
she says,
hello.
I'm gonna go get the other one."
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, I wasn't with you. I went straight to go see Frisk.
Oh.
Oh right, that's why.
That's why I was wondering, like, why is Jetpack Man there when he followed me to go
Okay,
see
never
Frisk
mind.
and
Jet-
show the video?
So I'm
Jetpack
alone
Man
then.
is with Udira. Then never mind.
Okay, so then I'm alone here at the sign up thing, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Looking
So-
behind you, you see a different Jetpack Man.
Okay. Then she goes, "Oh, well, hi. You guys seem to look alike." And then she just wanders off and heads straight to Frisk. She will drag along Sylvanus too.
Due to your very sharp ears, you hear the whatchamacallit, the other Jetpack Man mumbles below his breath, but I'm a lady, says the Jetpack woman as you walk away.
And then she calls out, "Oh, well, you're a very manly lady." And then she just hurries
Oh.
away to avoid conflict.
Ooh. Ooh.
What is
So
this?
have you
What?
have you
They assume my gender.
have you all ever heard the term add insult to injury? Yeah, that's basically
Yeah.
what just happened.
That's
That's why I said,
literally,
ooh.
that's literally
Apply
how Lorelai goes through her days. So please don't be
apply
surprised.
apply cold water to burn, please. That's
Okay,
so
never mind.
late.
Can I just apply salt to burn wound?
Yes,
No,
why
you
not?
You want
Because
you
I
want
just
some
did that.
you want some lime and tequila for that? Just you
Why
know.
not?
Oh.
So
Alright.
she knocks on where she assumed Frisk Udira and Jetpack Man is, and she, like I said, she dragged along Sylvanus and goes in, and she's like, guys, I've signed up for the teleportation thing, and then she just brings out a map. She minor illusions a map, and she points, okay, this is where we will be teleported to, but you guys need to sign up now. There is insurance claims apparently.
Did
Insurance
you
claim.
get any of those papers for us?
No, you have to go there and sign up, she says, making up things as she goes.
Right.
Right.
Anyway,
Alright.
when are they leaving?
She says, okay, they said that we will leave midday tomorrow. So, yeah, best get on it.
Okay. That shortens. You know what? Let's put this aside right now. I have different plans, but all of them plans have to wait for I need to do this. Okay. All right then.
Okay, so we've shown you the video, Frisk, of whatever it is. This seems strange. They have a lot of technological power. I don't know the meaning of technology. Whatever it is, magic that they have. Why swords and hammers? And what exactly is going on?
I am not from an area, so I don't particularly know.
No,
But
if they're using,
I-
if they're
Yeah,
getting
I
help
know,
from the
but-
divide.
Yes, I know, but the way it looks like it more of a religious. I don't know if it's called religious, but it doesn't make sense normally. But this is more illogical sense, like either more of a purge religion related beliefs.
Okay.
How does
Saying,
I really
uh-huh.
no? Okay, you continue because mine is not.
Okay,
Yeah.
hearing that, DM, what can you tell me about any, not to say cult activities, but minor religions, different movements of culture within that particular region? Not really of the United
Well-
States or the Republic of Imash, but general consensus of the talking heads.
Well, in every human city, or should I say any city that has a moderate population of humans, you'll tend to find a couple followers following a specific what is the word called, a Patreon known as Sigmar. Yes, I know, hate me, I don't care. Alright. A specific patron known as Sigmar.
Sigma with an R?
Sigmar.
Sigma.
It's on the shoe, by the way.
Okay.
Yes. Please ignore that. That is not there.
Yeah.
All right. The cult. Sorry, not the cult. The followers of Sigmar are a pretty. What is the word? A radical cult where most of the patrons' power go to the followers who fight for the glory of Sigmar, for whatever that means. Their followers are mostly, anointed. No, not just that. Anointed by their patron in various ways, namely by a type of magically enchanted golden armor, which most people have taken to call Imperial Gold.
Out of character, can we see any divide soldiers within those ranks? Like
No.
from that picture? No?
You don't, but you do see
No,
something
you-
else.
Okay, what else do we see?
Frisk, you see this. This is something known as a Luminarch.
What is?
What this Luminarch? What that?
It is called a Luminarch. It is a war machine that was used in the early ages of conflict by the Herbian Kingdom. It is a weapon that used a sorcerer or some sort of spellcaster, and it's an array of focusing lenses that amplify a spell's power. So this was the precursor to the modern day right knight weaponry. So let me grab you a picture.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, so Udira knows that too, because Iberian Kingdom.
Let me
I'm
grab-
assuming it's something that has been taught in school for history.
Oh yes, definitely.
Is it possible that Lorelai would know that too, since she also spent her studies in Iberian Kingdom?
Oh yes, it was one of the most prolific war weapons used by the Herbian Kingdom before the discovery of right knight.
Okay.
Picture coming in.
Does the machine have a weakness?
Yes, it's basically a weapon on a cart that's pulled by horses. It is nothing special.
So
Okay.
we destroy the horses, the machine goes
So-
down.
So basically, it's a siege engine.
Yep, there's the picture.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's a magnifying lens. God damn it.
Yep.
So what do you
Matcha.
think? We
I
can
already
do?
expected something like this.
No.
So I
Um,
assume that the spellcaster is behind the magnifying lens, what I call it.
Yeah, pretty much. If the spellcaster goes down, then the machine is basically worthless.
So
No, you still can use the sun, right?
Nah. But yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Frisk.
Okay. Uh-huh.
okay, wow, that's we are, as you said, technology advanced, but why this? This is a technology. Don't get me wrong, but it is like a historical war machine.
At least 100 years old.
Well, yeah, quite a lot of people move away from that already, right?
Very much
Thanks,
so.
Emma, yeah.
Udira is pacing, and she's like, first of all, it's 100 years old. Second of all, how is it still working in working condition?
Yeah.
I kid you not. There are still blueprints, and I have seen it built before of
So-
that. So it
so-
is still working. Yes.
So what it is the Divide decides to make some kind of uprising and has their people use the lowest possible weaponry so that they cannot fight back. This is ridiculous.
I am really concerned that the divide didn't even give them weapons. This is their own. Because
Okay.
there's no.
So there's this cult called the Cult of Sigma.
Followers, not cult.
Okay, followers of Sigma. You said cult just now.
That was a mistake. That was a
Okay,
mistake.
Followers. Okay, how big is this congregation? Like, is it
Well,
is
is
it
that-
a well-known thing that they preach
Well-
often?
Well, in the larger cities where you see like the more well-known pantheon gods, it's relatively unheard of. But Sigma is worshipped more by soldiers of the Herbian Kingdom.
DM.
Yeah.
I have in my background, I was a criminal spy. And
Mhm.
I've explained in my backstory that I used to spy on different companies about how their technologies work. Could
Yep.
I possibly know what other weapon that's being manufactured that could take down a weaponization as this?
Literally point a Herbian Kingdom tank at it and it will probably be destroyed within seconds.
Aside from that, I mean, is there any secrets that I probably discovered within all the companies I
All right, so
infiltrated before?
let me put to you how simple this weapon is.
Okay.
It is a horse-drawn carriage with a magnifying lens on it that only works if the spellcaster behind it fires a spell into it. If you take out the
Okay.
horses, it can no longer move. If you take out a
Okay.
spellcaster, then the weapon is useless.
So basically, it's not really a machine. It's more like a construct.
Yep,
So-
that's why Frizz was like, why with so many technological advance, you're using a relic to
Because
war.
they're
right.
poor and they have no funding. Okay, this
And they're
is
called-
a meta question for Lorelai because
Mhm.
because you just mentioned that she has all this spy background, right? Would she have, while going through her spy shit, found out about any form of any mention of revolutions within the United States? Any whispers? Any top dog comments? Anything that sounds like, oh, I'm sick of these fucking other races kind of thing?
Yes. Would there be, DM?
No.
No.
Especially from the Image Republic from which this rebellion came from, most of the factions at the time were playing pretty nice with each other. Like,
Yeah. I was kind of in prison for like 10 years, so could have happened within those 10 years.
Okay, fair. I don't know
Okay.
this. I mean, Udira doesn't know this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
Frizz
meta-wise,
doesn't know
I'm
this.
telling you.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, and Lorelai didn't actually mention anything about her history.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
so-
This is
yeah.
this like super meta.
Yeah,
Um,
this is meta. Yeah.
Udira is just pacing up and down and sort of talking. She's not talking to anyone. She's talking at people because she's trying to figure out what's going on.
Oh.
And then she's sort of talking towards Jack, going, "How? This really doesn't make sense. Like, you just don't come up with a revolution overnight. Who are these people?"
doesn't. But I would like to point out that we are right now. He points towards he just says as the Image Empire, we are actually losing the war right now.
Okay.
I want. I want
This
to.
garbage.
I
All
want.
right.
Okay. I have to
Go on,
ask
go on.
because this is really sudden. Are there any sort of like hate
Precursors?
among the people of Inaris? Because this only comes if there are hate and like maybe the government is doing something wrong and they want to overthrow them. This
These
doesn't
are-
look like any of that.
But these are people who are racist. So
Yes, but are there any instances before that they're like that, like racist
Okay.
citizens?
I'm pretty sure that okay, like let's okay, out of character, xenophobia, right? It
Yes.
sort of just happens. It happens over the years, and it doesn't necessarily have to have like a trigger. Sometimes people with enough
But-
friends or enough contacts that share the same value can just suddenly
I mean, like there
Freak
might
out.
have just people like having like a small outcry, or maybe like just
like I said, like a bunch of people who just shares the same values could just happen to breed fanatics and even more. So yes,
so
it takes a
yeah.
while,
So
but
so that's why Frizz is going to try to see if there is any like thing
Trigger.
happen before like even all like the followers of Sigmar and
Okay,
whatnot.
DM,
Maybe
within the university grounds, you know how people are very politically influenced at uni, not Malaysia.
Yeah,
Malaysia dumb.
go on. Go on.
Are there any student unions, any soapbox extraordinaires, people who sort of, like the Greens handing out flyers who go, hey, vote for this student union this year, or like beatnik groups in the
Alright,
middle of the night
so-
snapping.
Okay. So from what I completely forgot the name of Jack Patman I just gave you.
Jack.
Jack, right. Jack has told you that the leader of the successionists is a man named Karl Franz von Altdorf.
Okay, do I
This
recognize
man-
the name?
You're aware of this man. He is very well known within the Image Republic. He has actively spoken in Parliament against against the what is the word? No, not against. Sorry, yeah. DM needs to brain a bit.
It's cool. It's cool.
Brain away.
So is he trying to start an apartheid?
Oh no. Definitely not. He was one of the most active speakers against the Republic of Image for using essentially a slave army.
Ah.
So,
He was an avid seeker of peace. That is what you know, Dira.
Udira. Yeah, on the same line of thinking as Udira, right? Lorelai's background as a criminal spy doesn't just go through companies, right? So, would she know from any of her spy contacts about anything?
About what specifically?
Like how far this influence goes? I mean, is it just exclusive to Emeish and Inari, or is it actually spreading to other kingdoms as well, and they're forming their own revolution in their respective kingdoms?
Oh no, it's just that. It's just on the Republic of Image itself. The United States just happened to get caught up in the issue.
Okay, and such. I mean, with criminals as her contacts, I assume there would be mercenaries who don't actually hold the same value but would fight for money. Would she have any contacts within the imperialists? I mean, within the followers of Sigma.
The followers of Sigma, definitely not. The followers of Sigma only require the Gloria battles to sustain them. You know for a fact that Udira will know for a fact, but most followers of Sigma would not even request payment after the job is done, or even accept it as a matter of fact.
So, truly because of values, they're fighting truly because of their beliefs.
Yes.
Oh, these are okay. Right.
They're religious zealots. What do you want?
Right. Lorelai is gonna point out the obvious at this point, and she's like, "Listen, I suggest we brainstorm after you guys sign up for the thing. Meanwhile, I am going to gather as many people I know from the Imeish or the Inari states within the Knights of Altara to join as well," she says.
Okay.
And so Lorelai leaves to do what she said she did.
All right, Lorelai, roll me a charisma check.
Yes. Charisma. Where? Pure charisma.
Yep, pure charisma. All right, with a 17, despite your best efforts, everyone who would want to take part in this task force that are from the United States or the Republic of Image has already signed up.
Okay,
Everyone
great.
else is too busy with their own shit that the overseers have tasked them to do.
Okay, then I will go to Roderick Barker.
Okay. Sure. Why
But
not?
you know, let Udira and Frisk and Jetpack.
His name is Jackpack now.
Jetpack. Yes, Jackpack.
There's one person you can still ask
Ooh,
that
who?
I think everyone forgot.
Who?
To look for our new character
Dragon
friend.
Rider.
No.
New character friend.
Yeah,
Yes.
the new character friend I mentioned. There's this one I haven't mentioned.
Okay, who?
Did anyone go see our lovebirds?
What?
Fleury.
Fleury, yes.
Oh.
Well, I'm pretty
Poor
sure
girls,
Fleury
yeah.
is just freaking lurking everywhere. You know, she probably
Yeah,
just
she has a Ragnite weapon. Ask for her
I mean,
assistance.
Right,
yes.
right.
Also, that is go do that.
Yep. Okay, so Lorelai does that, and among the people that she has, okay, she's not just going to encourage the Inari and Imeish people. She's also going to look for any Knights of Altara who would fight for the cause. Does she find anyone else?
Are you okay? Which generation are you looking for?
Second generation.
Second generation. Not too many, because most people within the base now are those who just came back from months-long missions or are preparing to head out for another mission.
Basically, I'm trying to look for our friend, our new friend, Mr. Batman.
Oh, he's already there. He's already. I was gonna narrate later. Don't worry. He's already part of the task
alright,
force.
okay, good. Okay, then, yeah. Why not Ujira and all go there, and I will go find Mr. Roderick Barker. See if I can convince him. He seems like a very mighty person,
Oh god, this is not gonna go well. But okay, sure.
despite his brick face.
Coincidentally, you managed to find Mr. Roderick Barker together with Fleury. Mr. Roderick Barker.
Ooh, are you love interest? You minx.
No, let me finish. You find
okay.
both of them in the not the courtyard, in the training yard, in the training fields, along with another group of Knights of Altara. Mr. Roderick is standing out of the field next to a second generation knight who's wearing what appears to be a standard mage's attire from the Mudtrot Independence. You can see that there is some sort of holographic projection coming out from a stone she is holding, and you can see voices emanating from the stone. So what do you wish to do? You can see the other Knights of Altara on the field are actively battling against what appears to be a Knight of Altara security golem. And the Knights are not winning.
Can I stealth and eavesdrop on them?
You're asking for help and yet you're eavesdropping. Okay. I'm not backsliding, I'm just saying.
Hush, Kang.
Sure, you can roll for stealth. Let me check this Knight of Altara's passive perception. Alright. As you start to creep closer towards the carnage that is a group of Knights of Altara fighting a security golem, Roderick turns around and beckons you forward.
Wait, how can he catch me? I rolled a 23.
He's a first generation knight.
Yep, I knew it.
I thought
He's
he
a
was
first
second.
gen.
You said
No,
just
he's a
now he
first
was
gen.
second generation.
No, he's a first. Oh, yeah, wait. Yeah, he is a second generation.
generation.
Wait, he's
Yeah.
a second? How
You
strong
said
is he?
second.
Yeah.
How strong is he?
Come on, DM.
Yeah, he still sees you.
What?
He probably has like observant feet or something.
Yeah, he does. His passive perception is 29.
Lol.
Fine.
Even your natural 20 will not save you.
A reminder, his role is Vanguard Annihilator. He is tasked for finding fleeing enemies.
Aw,
Yeah.
that wouldn't be useful.
Alright, so I completely forgot that he was second generation, not my mistake. Too many things going on right now. Brain cannot brain properly
He's
because
so
English is
powerful
one
as a
thing.
second
Okay.
generation. How strong is the first one then?
I mean,
I know. Maybe I should just look for a
it's
first
his
generation.
job. He's just really built to get rid of people who run away.
He's 50 years old. He's probably in this business for a while. You can see the younger knights are not as powerful. Not too strong than the average adventurer or foot soldier, to be honest.
Okay, so his task is to find
Destroy.
Seek
enemies.
and destroy, basically, yes.
Seek and destroy enemies that are escaping. Yes?
Yep.
Okay. I'm trying to find a way that he might be useful.
Fleury is still here, by the way.
Why is Fleury lurking around me? I look around to Fleury.
No, she is not lurking with you. She's with the group of knights fighting the security golem.
Right. Okay, great. Why is she there?
She's training.
Training.
I thought she's in the rock projection. No.
No, the projection is merely spitting out voices.
Oh, okay. So I can't overhear that. All right, then she just goes up to Sir Roderick Barker and she says, "Bless Altara."
He gives you a nod and he responds, "You've got a reason to be sneaking around like that." As he
Nope.
looks back to the knights trying
Not
in
at all.
vain to bring down the security golem.
Gotcha.
And you can hear that none of the knights are actually talking or saying anything, even though they're fighting. But the device is still spitting out quite a bit of obscenities or whatnot.
She goes, I wasn't sneaking around. You see, this is my default mode of getting places. She says.
Ah,
Tipu
I
lagi.
see. He gives you a nod and he says like, very well, if that's the case, I recommend adopting a new method of walking around because that's not going to win you any favors around here.
Well, I wasn't looking for favors. Although,
You
I
sure
might
about that?
have one
You-
favor for you.
How contradictory.
Yes, this is her. And then she says, "Okay, I am looking for more people to fight. For, I mean, to aid in a mission." She says, "Might you know anyone else? I've rounded as many as I can, but I still feel it's not enough."
Well, we knights are few in number, and we all have possibly more pressing matters to attend to. You can probably ask the trainees over there, and he points towards the group of knights still in vain trying to fight the security golem. This golem is picking them up by the legs and going smash, 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 puny knight, and throwing them across the courtyard.
She says, "Well, I see their training is really hard there, but you think that these
Oh
trainees
yes,
will
would you
help
like to
us?"
join them? And he starts to push you ever so
Oh, God.
closely towards the training ground edge, and you start to see shimmering to life a small protective field.
Oh,
That-
goodness, why?
Come on,
she
give
says
it
you
a
can get
shot.
good-
His jovial smile gives you no room to barker as he shoves you through the protective barrier.
Okay, fine. So, do I roll for initiative or what?
No, you don't, but if you wish to stay out of fighting, you gotta stay away from eating.
Well, she tries to put her feet into brakes, but does it help?
Try to roll a strength check then.
Oh man, he's a big guy.
Or try to-
Why did I have to go for this guy?
Well, you probably shouldn't have stealth while going towards him, to be completely honest.
Fair point. Fair point. Oh man. my
Lorelai
strength is
bad
crap.
socializing.
Oh hey, roll +9, he rolled quite low. Unfortunately, he still beats you.
What?
Damn. Right?
Alright, so you go all the way towards. He starts pushing you, and your face very closely starts to near the protective barrier. And just before you start to pass through the barrier, he yanks you back, and you see a Knight of Atara crash into the field exactly where you're about to go in. He lets you go, it's like, perhaps one is a bit safer, and he steps back a bit.
Thank you. I mean, can oh, and she goes, "Okay, listen. I know you can't help me, but just point me somewhere I mean, you can help me. I mean, somewhere I can be useful. Please. I need this to go out well. My father is in danger," she says.
Isn't that your friend over there? And he points towards the Fleuret,
Oh,
your
God,
friend
lurker.
Fleuret, who was like running around the battlefield, very quickly attempting to dodge this gigantic metal golem trying to smash her.
Yes, but she is one person. I'm looking for more people.
I don't think we have too many people. We heard the call to muster about 3 days ago.
How about yourself? She says.
I just came back from a 4-month deployment. You'll forgive me if I want to rest for a bit.
Well, you have all the rest you can get. We're leaving midday tomorrow. Heck, I'll even help you rest. I mean, what can I do? You want me to
Jesus
bring you a
Christ.
jacuzzi?
Wow, that's
Some martinis?
That is some dangerous things to say as a woman.
No, I mean, yeah, true. Damn.
Okay. He looks at you. It's like, you're aware that our official break time is 2 weeks, right? I just got back like 4 days ago.
She then sighs and lowers her head, and she says, "Well, thank you for your consideration."
Well, if you want to, you can talk to your friend over there. And she points again to Fleuret, who's attempting to reload her submachine gun before it's violently ripped away from her.
Is she fighting that thing alone?
Oh no, she's not, but she's the last one standing.
Oh God! All right, you know what? Guns ablazing. Lorelai jumps in.
Before you do that, you can see that the device the Mantra Independence lady is holding appears to be, well, since now that you're closer to it, it is a detect thought spell. And since the only one left standing on the on the field right now is Fleury. You get to hear her thoughts, which consists of oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Good thing. Yeah, you know what? I'll go help her.
No, it's fine. About a couple of seconds later, you see her manage to, while still hearing her thoughts going, manage to take down the pot.
Okay, and then she just waits for Flurry to be done and step out of the barrier thingy.
Yeah, she comes back to you and her face lights up a bit as she sees like, Lorelai, how are you doing? And she walks towards you.
She goes, well, that was an intimate moment. I finally know what goes on in that lurky little head of yours.
You can see her blush a bit as she goes, is something the matter?
We're in trouble, she says.
Aren't we
dear-
always?
Yeah, well, a little more so than usual. You could probably tell from how I'm asking you something now.
Are you sure about that? Because we haven't had contact with the Area 1 yet. Most of our forces are scattered. We're on a war with several fronts. And I just got my ass handed to me by a robot.
That can wait, unfortunately, Fleury, she says.
I can wait?
Yes, that can definitely wait. This is more important. While we are here traipsing around outside of the dome, inside of the dome, there's a conflict. And then she just leads Fleury away and hands her a bottle of water that she picked up somewhere outside. And hopefully it's not littered with disease or anything. She goes, here, you must be thirsty.
Diarrhea. Let's go.
She, as you say that, inside the dome is in conflict. She replies, isn't it always? But yes, she accepts the drink, drinks it, spits it out, and says, this is LA.
Nevertheless, it's the thought that counts, right? And then she just ushers Fleury towards the rest of her group.
You see her very discreetly putting the bottle down somewhere.
I assume the group would be at the sign-up place.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Okay, great. She will usher her towards there and says, listen, inside the dome, I know that there's always conflict, but this one's hitting a little too close to home for both me and Udira, and probably even Frisk too. So, we're gonna head back home. I know this is much to ask, and you're probably enjoying your time here, but it would really help a lot.
You can hear her say a conspirational whisper. It's like, does it look like I was enjoying myself back there? Damn.
Well, many people enjoy pain, she says nervously.
You see her like snap her head. I was like, I mean, I have some interest, but that is not one of them.
Interesting. You have interest?
She looks at you. It's like, what person wouldn't?
Well, I'm sure that your interest would take precedence, but right now, would you like to help us?
I suppose. Sure, why not? What are you doing?
Okay. We are, like I said, we're all headed back into the dome through means of teleportation. There is a hideout that's within the Imaish Republic, and then she brings out the map through minor illusion. She points where the hideout is, where the conflict is, and she says, we are going to head here, she points to the hideout, tomorrow at midday, and we're gonna have to fight our way through.
Oh, okay. Who and what are we fighting?
They call themselves followers of Sigma.
Wait, what?
says.
The followers of Sigmar?
Yes, they are humans mostly, and they don't take kindly to other races.
But wait, she looks a bit confused. Now she's like, I follow Sigmar.
Oh
But
God.
followers of Sigmar are predominantly based in the Hurrian Kingdom. Why would they be in Imaish?
Well, wait, what? Out of character, what?
Yeah. They're Hebrion soldier people.
But wait, did I misunderstand?
There was
No,
never.
no. Yeah, there was never like Inaris, what I call people that worship that. is
Mhm.
Herbian soldiers worship that.
Oh, okay. And
So
she
this
says,
this is why his Frizz is like, what the hell is going
Yeah,
on here?
and it's
Yeah,
even
like,
more
what is
strange because the main guy that's leading is actually a person of peace. So why is he doing this now? Like it makes no
Okay.
sense.
and
Yep.
then Lorelai says, well, I don't exactly know what's going on either, but I think there's a possibility that the Divide has a hand in this.
Fleury looks at you as like, oh, that's enough motivation for me. Let me go grab my rifle and we can head out.
Lorelai then lets out a sigh of relief. Ooh, that was easy.
You can see her like very what's that called? She is what's the word? Limping towards her weapons locker.
Oh, poor thing.
She literally got picked up and got low-keyed by what's it called? Never mind, forget it.
You mean like Hulk and Loki, the first Avenger
Yes,
movie?
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
She
Poor
got
thing.
that just now, that treatment. In any
Okay.
case, she
While
grabs
that
the
happens, Lorelai's gonna call out, "Hey, Fleury, feel better." While she says that, she casts Healing Word.
she looks at you as like, thanks, but it's gonna need a lot more than that, and she heads off back to her room. Okay, so with that, Fleury shortly joins up. Is there anyone else you who wish to find Lorelai?
No, I don't think so. But can I use the rest of my downtime to do something?
You do realize the rest of your downtime probably means a day and a half, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. What do you want to do?
No, I mean, not yet. I'll tell you later because I have a list of things and now I have to choose. So maybe get back to me.
Okay, sure. All right, let's go to the next person. Frisk, what do you want to do in your 2 weeks yet not 2 weeks downtime?
So at the beginning, because I still have one free day of not being interrupted by this chaos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So at the beginning, what I'm planning to do is immediately after finishing my long rest, yada yada yada, I take the Marcus helmet, and then I try to attempt to at least reverse engineering to, instead of receiving signal, is to track the signal it is receiving.
Okay. All right, sure. Interesting. This will be a Tinker's 2 strike with, unfortunately, whatever thing you might get that might give it advantage will be null because
So
this is
I'll
new
okay.
technology for you. Just
Okay,
normal.
so normal check then Tinker's 2, huh?
Yep.
Would this be a Tinker's 2 with intelligence or any other stats?
This will be intelligence for now.
Okay.
Until you actually get into the meaty gritty component. Right now, you're just trying to figure out how you're gonna rewire. You
I'm
do
going to
not
use
have
wait,
a damn claw.
wait. I'm going to spend my inspiration die
Okay, like
because if I fail, I fail. I just don't want it to be a 1. It just doesn't look good in my D&D resume. Yeah, there you go.
okay, better. With a 15, you are slightly aware. You're more aware of how this system functions, and you realize something. There is a power source that needs to be powered for this thing to work.
Well, I have a baton.
Not that. You find an alkaline battery.
Why? Why?
Reminder: the Divide do not have
Double A, triple A.
you know those watch batteries?
Yes.
Oh damn.
Very
No.
small.
Why?
All right,
baton-
so
my baton's
okay.
gonna fry it.
I'm kidding. It does resemble like a modern day watch battery that we know and love, but it's more of a small metal disc with runes on it.
At least that one I can decipher.
Okay. It is essentially a very miniaturized, less potent lightning lure spell meant to just channel electricity more than anything.
Okay. But now is running out of, I assuming, magical and electrical properties of it, right?
That is correct. And you notice that the housing is actually taking a bit of damage.
Wait, did he got hit as well? God damn it!
You can see there is a very clear, well, not that clear, but there is an indentation of a baton on the back of the helmet. You're lucky.
Definitely not me.
You're very lucky that the indentation doesn't reach all the way over the housing, just a little bit into the housing.
Okay,
So yes.
So right now, okay, so I feel like there's few ways I can do this. So first of all, I'm going to, because the runes are still there, right?
Yeah, it's still there. It's still readable, definitely.
But there's no way to reapply it, right? Usually runes you need to scrap and rewrite it and stuff like that.
All right. So the most common way runes are written, i.e., the most cheapest and the most simple way to do it is to grab rune paint and just paint the runes. But this is a bit more complex. Someone actually carved into the metal disc.
That is actually lasting. So the other thing would be it's actually magic properties going to run low. Can I charge it with my spell slot since at first meta knowledge, I do not know the second day is gonna be that chaotic, but I'm gonna use a spell slot.
All right, so this isn't an issue of needing to power the rune itself. The rune is receiving plenty power. The housing that conducts the electricity through the helmet is the thing that is damaged.
Oh, so repairing the housing is a thing.
Mhm.
How big or dense the housing is? Or is
Uh,
it like is it, or the crack is actually small enough that I can use mending on it?
wait. I need to show you. All right, so I'm gonna send you a picture. This is basically like a modern day military helmet with night vision goggles with a battery pack on the back of it. This is basically the same thing you see on the White Soldier helmet. So let
Where
me.
did you?
I haven't sent it yet. Hang on.
Okay, I hear this got ping, so I was like, what?
I heard it too. I'm not sure who's it from. Aha, there you go. It's a thing at the back. So it is sizably large in proportion to the helmet.
Let's see. I'm still loading. Still loading. Okay, there you go. Where is it?
On the back, the black color thing.
Oh, it's like, oh, that thing. It's quite sizable.
Mhm.
Okay, how big is the crack then? Or the dent?
About 3 fingers worth.
Gnome fingers or human fingers?
Gnome fingers.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
All right,
If
don't
I
worry.
like human fingers, like, oh shit.
It just
Uh,
caught the very tip of the baton.
Okay, is it plausible to use mending to repair the cracks and whatnot?
Blub the spell, please.
Okay.
I just want to make sure because I know mending can repair holes. I don't know what about indentations.
Mending.
All right, let's see. Spell repairs a single break or tear an object you touch. So that's just chaining 2 hours of property at 12 o'clock. Okay, no, you cannot. You have to physically hammer the housing back in place.
Okay, well, I'll do that then since I am a pseudo blacksmith.
All right, masonry or blacksmith tools check, please. Dexterity base.
Dexterity base. Let me change it then.
You do not require much force for this, but it's more of precision.
Blacksmith is smithing too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this one. Dexterity. Yeah, dexterity. A 23.
Oh damn! All right, with such precision, you manage to hammer back the housing into place and slot the rune back into its housing, where you notice it is no longer actually being squashed against the helmet plating itself. So, what do you wish to do now?
Okay, so uh do I remember that this place is also have jamming properties, this building?
No, probably not. Considering I just ruled that Udira was able to send a message through, so we're gonna say no.
Now that's a problem. If I'm this is in internal monologuing to himself. If I activate this, I'm really afraid that this helmet's ping is going to go out, send signals, and really sure that there's no signal block for the base. You know what? I'm going to try something. I'm going to pack up the my all my tools, and then I'm going to request to leave the base and go to a distance to try it out this because I do not want the HQ get ping on the map.
They'll do you one better. They'll cast a localized jamming spell around you.
Oh, that's perfect. Thank you very much.
The random knight just gives you a nod and walks away.
Okay. Then I will just casually continue then. I will now place all the batteries and power source back, and then turn on, if it's possible, the helmet.
Okay, it comes back on.
Okay.
Everything seems to be working as intended.
Okay. So, but I'm going to assume that I'm unable to receive or to do anything signal related because I have currently have the jamming thing on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm with this current state, I'm going to, with the power seal on, I'm gonna get shocked nonetheless. Going to attempt to reverse engineer again back to my square one to try to, instead of receiving information, is to see where the information is from.
Okay, sure. Roll me another intelligence based arcana check.
Will this be my artificial lore or without? Let me tell you. Let me show you. This thing, is it with or without this thing?
It will, don't worry.
Okay, so +3. That would be a 58. Well, not 58. 18. Sorry, my English is wrong. 18.
Okay, so with an 18, it's actually pretty good. You can pretty much figure out how to track the signals where they're being sent from, but it's not that cut and dry. You know roughly how far it is away, but you don't have an exact location.
I feel like that's good enough.
You know for a fact that is roughly
Let me write this down.
250 miles due east.
250 miles. Miles are not okay. Not our. Okay.
Yeah, because D&D uses freedom units, which I hate.
Okay, 250 miles due east. Okay. Uh, I would like to request a night to. Is this jamming permanent or temporarily? Because
Temporary.
because I would like to request a permanent, small but yeah, jamming around this area, or specifically this table where the helmet is located, so that if anything happens, it will still be not trackable until says otherwise. So that it's just a security caution.
The knight that helped you set up the localized jamming
Mhm.
from before just goes,
I'm
and casts it.
sorry. I'm sorry, but it is for safety measures.
She looks here and is like, I know, but I was gonna do stuff with that spell slot anyway.
Um, oh,
She casts it and very begrudgingly walks away.
I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, and that is done. How long did it take me in the day?
Probably most of the day, to be completely honest with you.
In that case, I'm gonna fix up my goddamn armor because I haven't touched that.
Okay.
Pull out the bag of holding, krang, cast a spell on it, and then it resembles itself. Fix. Okay.
All right.
And then the next day, while I going back and then look at the helmet, it's like, how much time in the next day before chaos happened?
Not too long.
In that case, I will be attempting my second project then. Let's see. Second project, let me pull this out one out. I haven't finished the blueprint, but I already have component one starting. So I'm going to make the CAD gun version.
Oh god, okay.
Remember, this is a long process. So this first component will be just the 9-button prompt that I told you about. So it will be just the outside. It's not even built in. I'm just drawing it.
Roll me an intelligence-based check.
Base intelligence, huh?
Yeah, pure intelligence, please.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see what you get.
14.
Okay, you have a rough sketch on how it's meant to go.
Okay. So yeah, I had the words I want to put on the 9 button, but I forget it to write it down. So I'll
get to
ignore that for now. I'll
fine.
I'll give it to you later. But and then chaos assumed.
Cue someone breaking down your door like frisk and whisking you off away to a random universe.
Okay, so and then yalla yalla yalla, and then come back. It's like, okay, so now I need to put this project off for a bit. Push aside. I didn't even make the magic. Nah. Yeah. I'm gonna put it back to the bag of holding. Okay. Was planning to finish this by this week, but I think I need to do something else. And then it goes back to his earliest project, the arrowheads.
Oh god. You do remember like what I asked you to do for each process, right?
The arrowheads I gave you before, right?
No. The process I made you roll to create each arrowhead.
The arrowhead is dexterity base. The runes is arcana base.
Okay, like what kind of arrow you gonna make this time, huh?
Mm, because Lorelai was not present during this thing because she went off and do her stuff, and I'm doing that, and she's feeling peppers looking for recruitments, quote unquote recruitments. So I'm going to be like, eh. I remember it's smithing tool, but the other one is using base arcana to do it. So I'm gonna smithing to dexterity for arrowheads.
Okay.
How many can I do within half a day because of that?
Well, we have the mold ready, so the time it will take for the metal to cool and whatnot, you can probably make 2 or 3 arrowheads if you're lucky.
Okay. This I'm switching out a bit. Even though I have the thing again, she did request bolts, so the arrowhead is slightly bigger.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
You can probably account for it. Okay. Yeah, you'll probably have to make a new mold, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. And
It's
that
not-
will take way too long.
It's okay. You can just make arrows first out of character.
Yeah, because we don't have time and we need
Yeah,
to deploy soon,
that's
right? So
okay.
yeah, I'll create arrows for now.
Yeah, I have short bows. Never mind.
Okay. What are you making?
So two, right? I'll make two regular arrowheads for now, and then I'll see what I can do with the runes. Okay.
Okay,
So
sure.
1, 2. Does the 10 succeed the arrowhead? I don't think it does.
I think I put the DC as 14 or something, right?
I think it is something like that as well.
All right, so we'll say that the first one succeeds and the second one unfortunately doesn't come out as intended.
Okay, never mind then. And then in that case, I will now inscribe the second one. Actually, you know what? Chris is going to wait for Lorelai to come back.
Probably wise.
Because I remember she will come back with forms.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, didn't she like force you people to go and register yourselves?
You know what? She's feeling generous, and since she realized when she brought Flurry there that you guys didn't even go down, she's like, these people, I have to do everything myself. And she just grabs the forms and runs up to Chris.
And then you see
Hey,
she
yeah,
is.
you were already at the forms just now.
I,
This is before.
this is after the forms. I don't. I'm waiting for you to come back. That is.
Okay, never mind. She decided that she needed some caltrops, and so she went to visit Frisk and see if he would make them for her. So
And
she
and
goes to
then you
visit,
just see an arrow on the table.
and she's like, "Oh, I thought I wanted bolts." And then she
And then
just
he
studies
turns towards
them.
Lorelai. Is like, "Do we have time?"
Uh, Apparently not. She puts them back
There
and
you
looks very
go.
graceful.
There you
She's
go. Now you know why I make you arrow. If not, I will make you boat heads. But
well,
because we do not have time,
she swallows her pride and says, "Thank you," very uneasily.
I would have finished this right now. But the other me insists that waiting for you will be the right choice.
The not Frisk?
You still don't recognize my voice, don't you?
And she goes, "Oh, okay. Whichever Frisk you are, I'm very grateful." She says,
Freeze asked not Freeze to wait for you.
"Oh, okay. Well, what can I do for you?"
What voice command do you want for your heat metal?
Oh, okay. And she says, oh shit, I didn't think of this. I had 2 weeks, 2 damn weeks.
Do
Um,
do remember it is whatever you say.
okay.
It
She's
can
gonna,
be it can be your own language, though you need to teach me how to write that word. Or my language, common, or it's just a random sound.
there it is. She
Potatoes.
goes,
You
kaboom.
you want it to be kaboom, are you sure? It doesn't
Potatoes
explode
does
though.
sound good.
Do you want
Okay.
potato?
What does it do?
Hmm?
What does it do?
It's heat metal, the one that you always do. Remember flame on?
Oh, right. Well, you know what? Yeah, let's go with kaboom. No, that doesn't sound very effective. And she just says, you know what? As long as it's not flame on, I'm good.
Pick a word because you said yep. Yeah, you know what? Pick a word. Pick a word. You want potato? Kaboom. Which one?
Okay, well, what is it, dear? Saying? She said no flame. Flame. Yeah, you know what? Why not? Flambe.
Flambe it is then. Okay. Arcana check.
Do you need guidance?
If you do guidance on me, that would be nice as well.
Yes, I will tap him on the shoulder and say, "You're a sufficient friend."
Just now you told Frizz a friend, and now me a sufficient friend. Wow, the standards on two different personalities, huh?
I don't know you very well, so
That's
you're
fair. That's fair.
sufficient.
I'm just always only here to do stuff when he's not around. Don't worry.
Well, Thank you, sufficient friend.
D4. I think the D4 would.
2.
Yep,
14.
the D4 succeed just enough.
Nice.
All right, cool.
So yep, you have a heat metal that goes flambe. Or I do not know how to
Flambe.
I I do not know how to pronounce that most of the time. Flambe. There you go. I only have time to do that, and the other one it's melted. Don't have enough time to fix it up.
Yep. Can she take the arrows now?
Yeah, yeah.
How many does she get again?
One. I
Oh,
really don't have time. The thing is
okay.
broken. One of them is broken.
That's okay. She says, "Oh, this is very sufficient."
Uh, actually, do have one night. Do I want to do that to myself?
She doesn't know what he's talking about, so she's like,
Okay.
um,
I do have one night. I'm gonna burn trade. What do you want? Spell
um,
wise on arrow.
oh man,
I will give you my spell list. Open my character sheet. Look at
opening,
second
opening,
level spell.
opening, opening. Do you have silence?
I
Wait, really?
wish.
Silence?
I wish. Isn't that a third level spell? But I wish.
Damn. Can you imagine like being able to shoot at a door before breaking it?
Man, true.
Yeah. Look at
Okay,
it. Yeah.
I'm looking at it.
Besides branding smite, I don't think you could. Actually, branding smite is it can cast a weapon, not a melee weapon. Well, good luck to you. You can use branding smite as well if you want to.
Burning smite sounds good. Branding smite, sorry.
Yeah,
Let me
if
see
you
what
want
it is
to.
again. Why'd you
Oh,
go
oh,
there?
oh, sorry. Yeah, click it again. Sorry.
Next time you hit a creature, 2d6 radiant damage, invisible. Okay. Yeah, sure. Yep, yep. I already
Uh,
have heat metal. That's good.
mhm.
Uh,
You want branding?
yeah, branding smite it is.
Uh,
Unless I can
the
have
good.
spider
The,
climb and poke myself with the arrow.
if you
What?
want that,
No, no.
I need to build a different thing that is.
No, you don't have time, she
Yeah, I
says.
don't have time. So
While you're at that, I don't know whether this takes time, but I was
I'm going to tell you one thing. Luckily, you picked that spell because it doesn't need a voice command.
great.
Well,
I
but just to know, you will always have a glowing arrow.
thank you. And
So it won't be very good for hiding unless you ship it in somewhere protected by light.
what about a quiver?
Does your crew cover everything?
I can cover it with a hanky chief.
It's up to you.
Right. She asks Frisk whether or not he has time to make some caltrops.
Eh.
Definitely not.
Oh, okay. Well then,
Okay, so if you want cow traps, I can make you that, but I won't
no,
be able to make you the arrows.
no. I'm glad with the arrow. She says, no worries. Do you need some guidance? She asks before she leaves.
I think it takes the time the need to make the arrows. I don't think you will be staying, to be
When you
honest.
need me, just call for me and I will come running, she said.
I don't think I have time to call for you when I need to cool the metal on the arrows.
I am always
You know what?
here.
No, you are you sure you want to stay here? It's all up to
Uh,
you because it is a very boring process. Even I don't want to do it because he learns how to do it. Now I have to do it.
right. Well, you know what? Lorelai doesn't really have anything. Oh, no. Yeah, you're right. You know what? Yeah, you do that. If I happen to be around when you do that, you call me, or else I will be elsewhere.
Okay. I will burn through the night. I might take I think one exhaustion point if the DM loses.
Yeah, you're gonna take a action point.
Okay, that's fine. One exhaustion point, and then but I won't get the exhaustion point for this current build until later, right? So
Yeah.
right now shouldn't have it. So okay, I'm gonna burn through the night. Okay, so how many arrows through the night can I make?
Oh boy. Roll a d16.
D16. Let's see. That's not a dice, so I'm just gonna type it in.
Yeah, pretty much.
16. Oh wait, that's wrong number. I forgot to 1d16. There you go. Roll 14.
That's
Okay.
pretty good.
You get to make a total of 14 arrows.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna bother to make you roll each individual success, so just roll me a d4.
Okay. Okay. D4. 2.
All right, out of the 14, 2 of them come out pretty bad.
Okay, that's fine. So
I could live with that.
that is still 12. So now it's the matter if I want to give her 12 branding smite. Oh my god, she has an arsenal.
Oh, you think?
Oh. You know what?
Wait, do
You
you
can
even
fire
have
arrows
that
too,
many
right?
spell slots? Wait, how do
No,
you
it,
how do you make these?
it,
things?
it is magical runes. I don't use spell slots.
Oh, okay.
Can you fire arrows? Maybe you should keep some yourself.
Sadly enough, the only weapon of choice that I'm carrying with myself that is not uh it's a crossbow. I have a crossbow. I don't have a bow per se.
Maybe you could make a bow if you want. I mean, or else I'll
It's
take all
already
12.
it's already too late. I already have 12 here.
Okay, I'll take them all.
I'm going to now make 12. Woo. Branding
Um,
smite.
First, I'm gonna rule that just because you're a halfling, right? The size of a halfling crossbow is proportionate to the size of a human longbow or shortbow, so the arrow could possibly fit inside your crossbow. Yours only.
Oh, so my crossbow can use arrowheads?
Because it's small.
Smaller, yeah. Takan, I'm gonna give you a human-sized crossbow, right?
Yeah.
Because you're
because
tiny.
no because I wouldn't have picked up a normal or heavy crossbow because the penalty to have a small creature to carry that. I
But-
picked up a light crossbow, but
But the
that's
thing is,
hmm?
DM, I don't think it's because of the size. Because you see, crossbows have more.
It's the bulkiness though. They
yeah.
are more thicker in the wide area.
Yeah, and I think arrows would snap if they're on a crossbow, regardless of how small or how big they are, because of the impact.
Yeah, it's the impact.
Yeah.
Usually it's the impact. And if
Oh.
you have seen before, the arrows are usually more thinner and the head is
Mhm.
sharper.
Mhm,
Bolts
mhm.
are more bulk all way around.
You can always use a different metal that is more higher density. No, not steel. You could also just
Adamantine?
increase. Adamantium would be too expensive, and I don't think there's a surplus of that lying around the base.
But you know, just because my character already choose to make that, so it's fine. I don't need to make arrows for myself. If any case, I can just take one of her arrows and do a improvised weapon and just stab people with it.
Yes, you can do that too.
It's still a 2D weapon.
Yep. You don't necessarily have to fire it.
Okay, so what do I roll for 12?
It's
branding
fine.
point? It's
fine.
fine.
You get them.
Okay.
I'm not gonna bother because DM is tired and there's still like 2 more people to get through.
So sorry, because I thought I go first so that I can get this all through, but apparently Lorelai has a entire story arc she needs to go through. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry
fine.
too.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Unexpected. I did plan for quite a bit, but what do you know? Okay, so that's done, and then immediately at dawn, you just see Frizz just crash on the floor in his workshop, and it's like, You think I'm done? Yeah, I'm done. I'm
Yeah, you're
actually
done. You suffer
done.
point of exhaustion.
Yep. And then I'll just lay there for a while until someone gets me.
I will
All right.
carry you myself if I have to.
All right,
Luckily,
so,
I'm a gnome. You can.
Yes.
all right, so I'm assuming that's it for you first.
Yes.
Udira, it's your turn.
Relatively easy and straightforward. First,
thank God.
she's gonna ask the AI lady, what is her name? The custodian, if we can give her a name.
She
Because
replies
calling
with,
her
"Sure."
the custodian is weird. And
She would say yes, but she would prefer you call her the custodian.
okay, no name then. She's probably gonna stay here for safety reasons. And then she's gonna spend the rest of the day and a half until she gets bothered to do psyche evals on Marcus because she wants to find out information about the Divide military hierarchy and whether or not he's okay.
He is definitely not okay.
Yeah, but safety wise, because he's a member of the Divide, so she has to make sure that while he's here, without them, he's not gonna like go ape shit.
Probably not.
Okay. Yep, that's it.
Okay. All right, cool. That was straightforward.
Yes, because I know what I want to do.
Okay. All right, cool. So, with that out of the way, all of you
ORN. So basically, I'm a spy for the Knights of Aitelyu. I don't really have I was basically born as an orphan, and then one of the knights took me in, trained me. So basically, most of my life is just basically infiltrations and doing gathering informations and stuff to the knights. So basically, most of my life is how do I say this? Um, Surrounded by the knights. Like I don't really have life outside of the Knight of Altara. Basically, my whole life was pretty much trained to be a spy. And I think that's about it from now.
What do you look like?
Oh, okay. So I'm playing as an elf, a shadow elf. So basically, I would picture myself with like a long, white gray hair, with like tattoos all around myself. But the tattoos has nothing to do with the fight. It's just like something to make myself look cool. Yeah, that's about it.
So elf with front hair.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm not a drow though. I'm a
No, you're a Shadarkai, right?
No,
Not
shadow.
Shadow elf.
a
No,
shadow elf.
wait, are you a shadow elf or just a normal elf?
Shadow elf.
Oh,
Shadow elf, shadow monk? Wow, okay.
Yeah, shadow all the
so
way. Yep.
shadowy.
Very shadowy. Yes. Mark of the shadow elf. Yep.
Right.
Yeah, that's it for now. Oh, also I have because I'm a spy, so I have sort of like this. What do I say? Like an alter ego thing, because like when I'm not working, I can't really tell people that like I can't show a sign or something that I'm a spy. It has to be like basically something to draw to not give a single
Draw
sign that
suspicion.
Okay, okay.
draw
Okay, and
suspicion
then
or draw a single sign that like I'm part of the knights or something like that. Like the DM did mention that I'm a second generation knight, so I do have a badge, but I don't really like hang the badge around me to like like damn proud of myself, like I'm part of the knight.
Nadira's gonna
So
go.
I'm
Oh, I've heard of something like that. If policemen are undercover, we're not supposed to know them. So if we meet them in public, we can't say hello.
well, you can say hello to me, but then
No, but we're not supposed to know you in public.
well, I can be your friends, but then you're not supposed to know my occupation.
Right. I touch my nose onto you.
Ilaria will step forth and she's like, "Well, anyway, hello, person who's not a knight of Altara." Yes.
Yeah, let's just keep it to hello, would you?
Oh, okay. Well, I thought you were okay. Never mind. Sure. She says, I'm Lorelai. She says,
Lorelei, I'll keep that in mind.
yes. You've met the rest of us. This is Jetpack
Jetpack Jack.
guy.
Jack.
Jet.
This
Jetpack
is
Jack.
Jetpack Jack, and
I'm
you can see this
Udira.
is Blu-ray. Yeah. Go ahead.
I do heard about you guys. A changeling, a drow, and gnome that is doesn't really speak
Tired.
our. It
Very,
doesn't.
very tired. Tired. And then he just
Well,
half asleep.
yeah. Well, the gnome looks tired. Perhaps a little bit
Lorelai will
drunk.
carry the gnome. She's like, no, he's not drunk. He just made me some arrows and he's tired. That's it. It's his bedtime.
Out of character, you do have 12. I kid you not, 12 branding smite. Write that down somewhere.
Yep, I'm writing it down in my character sheet. Yep.
So what time is it now? Because we're leaving at noon, which means
Just-
everybody would have set up, right? We're waiting to move out.
Pretty much, yep.
Okay.
You can see outside the courtyards that teleportation gates have opened and are just waiting for you guys to head through. And as soon as you guys are done receiving your tasking, you guys will be heading out.
Okay. Udira is mostly concerned. She's calming down because she knows, they still have 2 weeks to move through.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. She's just watching. She's also listening, for any information, and she is helping anybody who needs information about whatever she knows.
Mm-hmm.
We're at the hideout already, right?
I don't
We
know.
are supposed to infiltrate.
Yeah, we're
um,
moving for 2 weeks until we reach the border, and then we have to get through the border
No, I mean-
to go build a thing.
I mean,
Yep.
my question
You're-
is, we're already inside the dome, right?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Not
No,
just
yeah.
yet.
Okay.
We will be running through the portal.
So for the building of the thing, how much time do we need, and how deep are we going?
As far away from the border would be great because the knights don't want an immediate retaliation, basically.
Okay.
So beyond than that, they recommend if you can punch straight into the heart of the territory, then that'd be great.
Huh. Okay.
The
So-
portal is 2 weeks away from the base.
Wait, what?
The portal
No,
to
the-
teleport.
The place is 2 weeks away from where we're teleporting to.
All right, so here's the thing. The way you need to construct the portal is pretty difficult. The portal pieces itself are very large and bulky, hence each squad is given a specific piece. Don't worry, there are duplicates of the same piece, so if a squad dies along the way, you still have the pieces to get through. Each squad has to individually punch through the defenses and meet up at a rally point somewhere in the center of the territory.
Do we know what is happening here in the center? Like, if this is where we're going.
That means we're inside the dome, lah, right?
No, we're
No,
inside the dome right now,
Yeah,
but we're going
that's
here.
what I mean. Okay, we're inside the dome already.
Oh, no, no, no.
left
Sorry.
already.
What am I
No,
saying? We
no,
haven't
I-
left yet.
But the plan is we go inside the dome to that location, try to
Then
punch in through a side, go in, rally, and then put the pieces down.
The reason why you guys are meeting there specifically, there is a pretty hidden alcove that followers of the Druidic Circle of Balance have supplied knowledge to the Knights of Altara. Unfortunately,
okay.
Lorelai, you know this place to be a what's it called? A safe house for leadership of the United States.
Which means your dad might be alive and there.
I'm still okay. All right, let me just. We are not in the dome yet. We're leaving
No.
the dome at midday. Yes.
About like 10 minutes from now, probably.
Okay, and then as soon as we get there, we'll be at that purple circle. Yes.
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 And then from there, we need 2 weeks to get into the red area. Yes.
No, you need 2 weeks to get to the border of the red area.
Yep.
Okay. Great. Okay,
Just the
now
border alone.
now
Yep.
where is the hideout for the elven elders again?
The red
Elven-
square. Sorry, the red cross.
Ah, okay. There. Okay. Gotcha. Thank you. And that is how many weeks? How many days of travel?
I mean,
Well,
it's-
first things
it's
first, you
tough.
gotta punch through the border first, meaning you have to fight people to
True.
get through.
Yep.
There is no sneaking through this border, unfortunately.
Oh man. Can
It's
we
fine,
like
it's fine.
jetpack our way in?
Here's the plan.
Mhm.
Some people will stay back and fight. The ones holding the machine will sneak in while the fighting is happening. That's why we're going in such a big troop.
Okay. What is this machine again?
It's a teleporter.
Yeah, it's components of a teleporter. So we're
Yeah,
going to
assemble
It's
it
not-
so people can appear in there.
yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
We're
So
holding
we have
different pieces of Lego.
but we have a jetpack. Can't we just fly over them and
And
land?
get
at-
shot.
And
No,
get
here's the thing.
shot.
We cannot. We're completely incognito, which is why we have you and we have the shadow guy.
So, besides the obvious fact that you'll get shot, you also have to deal with the aerial units that the Empire has. During the briefing, the task force commander has also mentioned Griffin-mounted fighters.
Oh, okay.
Yay, Griffins!
I cast invisibility.
You can try.
I mean, I got the invisibility spell, and I can wear the jetpack and fly in. How far is it?
Are you strong enough to carry 45 kilograms of equipment?
No, I mean I'll carry part by part, and maybe like
No, you don't. You don't get it. There's like 25 different parts you need to carry. That's why there are so many people. You need to punch
Okay.
through simultaneously, and if a part goes missing, sure, there is a replacement, but you need to get all the parts there quickly. If not, they'll track you down and annihilate you.
gotcha. Okay, all right, fine.
And
That's how we'll do it.
invisibility is only for 1 hour.
Right.
And I don't think you can track there 1
Yeah.
hour and come back and grab something else.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Because
2
if this is 2 weeks, if from the circle to border is 2 weeks, which means it's gonna take a week to get to the X.
Right.
Yep.
A week.
Yep,
So we have
it's
3
half.
weeks. Okay.
That's assuming we, make a break in a timely fashion through the border. I mean, technically, we're doing a siege.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, there's a lot of redundancies, which is why there's so many components and why we're split off into fire teams. So we have to be real sneaky like. Which
Nikki is
means
my
Frisk,
name.
Frisk will have to be doing a lot of survival checks. And our monk and our rogue will be doing a lot of silent shit.
If I one day rest, maybe I will do it better.
I'm
have 2 weeks to
100% sure you have rest because it takes 2 weeks for us to get there.
Do we get downtime during these 2 weeks, DM?
You'll be mostly on carriages, so whatever downtime you can get will be limited to what you can do on a carriage.
Ooh. Plenty to do.
I can start shaping bolts.
Yes. Yes. And make caltrops.
Why don't you hang on? Why don't you
can.
just get a bunch of caltrops from the
The armory.
The
yeah?
armory?
God,
You don't need to
it's
ask for me.
general
I
stuff.
forgot. Oh,
You don't need to ask for
man.
me.
Why
You
do I
literally-
keep forgetting?
Okay, if you think that you can get normally from anywhere, anyone, you can get it from the armory. You don't need to
No,
ask for me to
I
build
forgot there
you.
was an armory.
The arrowheads is because that it's specifically made to be magical, and I don't think they have magical arrowheads. So that's why I made this for you.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, we can get to know our new friend,
True.
the Batman.
If I can, I'm going to try and sit in the war room meetings if they allow
The what? Sorry.
the war room meetings because it's gonna
Oh,
take
okay.
2 weeks. They're gonna have discussions throughout, right? Like
Mhm.
we've got new intel. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. Oh, we've got new intel. This is what we're gonna do.
All right. So, you can, and after you guys are like already into the dome, you guys are immediately set on carriage to head over to the location. Okay, 2 weeks worth of stuff. So I'll let you guys roleplay that down.
The first day, sleep.
Sleep.
Yeah.
Just sleep.
We'll let Frisk sleep.
Talk to people, Leslie. Talk to people. Find out what the plan is. Get to know the rest of the fire team.
Now that I am under the dome, can I contact my criminal contact? Yeah, criminal contact.
Criminal contact stuff.
Yeah.
Right now?
Well, I mean, there should be a way to communicate somehow because we're already under the dome. Previously, it was hard because outside the dome and stuff.
I mean, I get that. It's just that where would you come upon criminals? You guys are in a carriage.
And we're walking with, a bunch of armored policemen.
Any criminals are gonna stay clear of a well-guarded, well-regulated caravan.
I don't know. It just says here that the feature of this whole background is that I will always have a way of contacting them.
By sea, by
will.
air.
Yeah, however way it says who acts as your liaison to a network of other criminals. You know how to get messages to and from your contact, even over great distances. Specifically, the local messengers, corrupt caravan masters, and seedy sailors.
See, with the way how you set up your background is that, unfortunately, I can only limit that to people of the Druidic Circle of Balance.
They're not criminals.
Yeah, but that's how you wanted to. Oh,
No,
God.
you should not limit it to that. I mean, I was in jail, man, for 10 years. I'm tough now.
I mean, an issue arises also from the fact that you will be hard to find criminals in this location because literally the entire caravan is Knights of Altara. So until you find a suitable city where it is feasible for criminals to be there, I don't think you have any contacts.
Okay. While we're moving to the border, are there any towns? that
Definitely
we-
not.
No.
You guys
It's-
are not stopping whatsoever.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Hmm.
I
It
mean,
will
if
be
you're
like short rest
fast-
and nights, but yeah.
If you're fast, you can escape and go somewhere, but you might lose us.
I can always find you guys.
I don't feel like it's worth
Mm.
doing
Please.
that right now. There's no worth in
Yeah.
that because I don't think
I just want to
your
know
criminal
if
contact would not even able to go into the
I-
empire right now because I think the
Fair point.
empire people are more different sort of people than as you heard before.
Okay, just
anything
think
that
of
is
it
not them.
as East Germany and West Germany. This is the Berlin Wall.
And that's why I said like I don't think your criminal contact would able to assist you as well in this endeavor, and what Frizz would put it.
well, I mean, I basically just want to find out if my mom's okay.
But
You can put-
yeah,
You don't need a criminal messenger for that. You can just send a normal messenger.
So we do get messengers.
I mean, you're within the dome now. You can literally ask anyone to
That's
cast a
what I was
spell.
saying. Okay.
I mean, the way you worded it, you wanted a criminal messenger. So honestly,
you did ask for quote unquote criminal.
yeah,
yeah.
okay. Well, apparently I have a reliable and trustworthy contact who then acts as a liaison to the network of criminals. So this
But you
trust-
don't have. But no, but you don't have to because this is
no.
not.
You don't get it. I'm not saying you have a contact to you don't have a reliable contact to the criminal underground. You have a literal postman to send letters to.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say. There are no criminals around you because everyone here is a Knight of Atara, and no criminal in their right mind is going to attack a fully armed, heavily armored caravan such as this. What I'm trying to say is that the Knights of Atara can send a letter for you.
Okay.
All right, who do you want to send the letter to?
The family, I guess, and also to reply, what's his name, General Eltharion, and tell him that I'm already back, but I will not go and see him. I will proceed however I can.
All right, just send me the whole letter later so I can read through it. All right. Anyone else doing anything?
Nope.
Sleep.
Nope. Sleep. So just a 2 weeks, just sleep.
For
Actually,
2
you
weeks,
know-
just nap. No.
I don't think I will sleep for 2 weeks, but the first day will be sleep. If we are on the are we on the cart or are we walking on foot?
Caravan.
No, you guys are on the caravan itself.
Okay, in
Oh my
that
god,
case,
caravan.
in that case, as shaky as it is, there is something I can attempt to do. I was going to modify this, but this would have to. At the D3 armor's left hand, I'm going to attempt to. I don't want to say make, but use a really rough ruin drawing, or a spell ruin of catapult.
You want to make a catapult.
But not the catapult, but the spell catapult on D3 armor's left hand. I was supposed to make an entire cannon, but this would have to do right now. Is it
Okay,
is
wait.
it possible?
So wait. So let me get this straight. You want to make a cannon catapult spell on DG Armor's arm?
Yes, because I was supposed to make it the whole different design, but I don't have the materials right now, so I'm going to make it so that his hand can cast once catapult spell.
Okay, not too bad. You just have to create a groove and slot in a Right Knight crystal.
I do have a spare Ragnite, so and that's the only Ragnite I have because I have it for since I think the third king. So yeah, catapult is a first level spell that's small enough, so I can do that. Yeah. What do I need to roll with this rough caravan?
Arcana, basically.
Base arcana. Okay. Base arcana. Please don't hit me on the face. D3 armor. I'm trying to make you useful. No, it's not useful. It's too shaky.
Yeah, too shaky for now. Maybe try again when you arrive at the actual location.
Okay, yeah, I'll try again at the actual location.
All right.
Okay,
But
that's
then,
my week downtime.
but then again, we can't really do much since we are en route to the battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Right, we're just in this moving box.
I think we're going as a big sort of advancement is to also freak out the border. It's like, oh, they're coming.
Oh yes.
It's
That is
psychology.
why I want to make preparation so that my D3 armor won't be useless.
It's okay. It's okay. You rolled a 12. It's fine. Got more time.
Got
But
more
also,
time.
if I'm not mistaken, what is it? Horn is up top playing some mad drums, some war drums. Yeah,
Is he? Is he?
I don't know.
Well, I have a bagpipe in my
Worse.
Please don't play-
War
please do not-
bagpipes.
Please do not play bagpipe while I'm doing Arcana. Maybe this is the reason why I fail.
War bagpipes for your friend.
but then I actually can play drums in real life, so I can do both.
Ta-da!
Ta-da, shake hands. Just
More terrifying. While we're moving in caravans, bagpipes.
Yeah, you just see Frizz like frantically try to draw magic runes on the left hand of his D3 armor, but fail. It's like, God damn it.
It's okay. It's okay.
And behind you can hear like a bagpipe playing.
And it's just that one bagpipe song that everybody knows.
This is repeat, repeat,
That
repeat,
one.
and repeat, and
It's just that one song.
that one song. It's like, hey, horn, play or something. I got you. And then play that one
Wonderwall.
song. Today is gonna be the day.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it would be good for Udira to really immerse herself in the language since there's nothing else for her to do and she wants to participate in the war meetings. So 2 weeks, learn language immersively. Hopefully by that
Immersed.
time she will be proficient in Altaran. I don't know.
All right, sure. I'll roll for it later. I'll decide what you get.
Okay, what am I rolling?
Intelligence, basically.
Okay.
Did you have guidance? Guide yourself?
I
Oh,
don't-
by the way, can I join Udira in the meeting?
Sure.
All right.
For sure, man. Eh.
While
do I
you
have to
learn the
roll again?
language, I will help and translate some because I know basic words. Like DM, I think it was basic words,
Mm-hmm.
basic words, phrases. So whatever I catch.
Yeah, do I have to roll my intelligence as well?
Wait, well, you're
Yep.
not
Oh,
learning
you're
the
not
language.
learning the language.
You already
Oh,
know
I
the
know.
language.
No, but we're in the
Oh no
what's that?
no. The war room stuff is like flavor.
The
Oh.
rules
This
for the
is for her
language.
to learn the language.
Yeah, you know what?
Oh,
I think he will better translate it though.
True. So okay, with that assistance of my new friend, do I get advantage?
Sure.
So that's a 16.
Okay, so all right, I'll decide what you get later
Okay.
because DM too tired. I can't really brain properly at the
Whatever.
moment.
brain
It's
now.
cool,
my
it's cool,
God.
it's cool, it's cool. It's also 11:30.
Yes, it is.
16
16
hours.
hours.
Oh,
16 hours.
badly times. It's
Happy,
fine.
happy.
It's time for DM
Alright.
to go to sleep.
More or less, yeah. Okay, so in any case, next week we'll begin with the actual assaulting the enemy border lines and basically punching straight into the heart of territory. So next week is going to be a combat session. So do have all of your spells, weapons, and whatnot prepared and ready to go. And John, I require you to wait. Roger, not John. Yeah,
Poor John.
DM's too tired. Roger, do remember to choose a token for your character as well. Can someone help him like link the character token punya website?
Sure, I'll do it. I'll send you.
All right, thank you. All right, guys, thanks for joining today's session. I'm sorry, Roger, that today was you didn't really get to do much stuff. but I
Nah,
promise-
no worries. I still had fun.
All right, I'll promise you next week you're gonna have something else to do, and everyone else. So we'll see where that goes. Again, everyone, thank you for joining today. Sorry if I was a bit too tired or couldn't DM efficiently.
No, you're
It's,
alright.
it's cool.
No,
it's
no,
good.
you're all
It
good.
was good.
Thank you.
Good
All
job.
right, no, thanks. All right, no worries, everyone. If that's the case, I'll see you all next week.
Okay, bye.
Go.
See ya.
Bye.